The sports reporting game for over 25 years.
Complete again, underneath. That'll be a first down. They found something there. HN moves the sticks.
It's up at the top of the screen right there.
Play action. Tungo Bailoa. Caspuano. He's open. Touchdown. Well, that was easy.
Breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, here we go for Sol 514, Monday, October the 4th. How about a savage performance yesterday? The Toronto Blue Jays. Man, oh man. Hey, welcome and good morning. Welcome to the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select on your AM radio dial, on your morning drive, wherever you're heading out. You can also watch us on YouTube, Sports 1440. AM. Also, you can drop us a like and a subscription there. We would love that. We're also on X, Facebook, even Instagram. As always, we're streaming on iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app, even on sports1440.ca. If you miss any show as well, you can find it where all the podcasts hang out on Apple, Spotify, Google, even Amazon. Just subscribe, select the auto download. You'll never miss a second of the show. And a good Monday morning to you. What a weekend in sports. Should mention, just in case something happens here in the next little while, there was a power outage at West Edmonton Mall in the Stingray studios. So K97, CFCW, The Breeze, and ourselves here at Sports 1440 trying to work out some kinks and some bugs as the morning goes on. So appreciate your patience. Hey, let's welcome in our co-host on a Monday and a Friday, Eddie Steele, Grey Cup champion from 2015 and all-decade team. And as I said, Eddie, good morning. It was a savage performance by Trey Savage, something we've never seen before, really.
A little French for you. It was today, savage.
Please, savage. He went 5 1/3, 11 Ks, didn't allow a hit, had the one walk. I mean, there was one, that was probably a hit that was given an error on Vladdy, I think, on that one play. But because he hadn't allowed a hit to that point, the scorer was going, I'm not going to be that guy. But it was tough for John Schneider to pull him.
It was, but right move. I think great timing.
Yeah.
That splitter, huh?
Well, it's his delivery, Eddie. And I think even the Yankees said it after the game. The splitter from the delivery point, it's deception. And he has the hitters guessing. When he's in the groove, he's been hit before here. It's not like he's been untouchable.
Yeah, he's not some god out there.
It's not. We're not talking about a guy like, a Doc Holliday when he's,
prime
or, back in the day. But his performance yesterday was one for the ages. Historic. It was. And again, it's the deception of the top of the release point when these hitters can't pick it up, and then it's going to dive down on the splitter. But then he catches the guys thinking it's a splitter, and then he busts them inside high and tight for even a left-handed batter. And it's like, they can't catch up. And they're actually just watching it. They're taking those pitches and a lot of them, if he had been over in the zone about 6 or 8 more times, he would probably could have had a few more strikeouts.
Really, eh? Yeah. How old is Trey? Isn't he like 22? Yeah, 23.
Duke 22? Says 22, yeah.
I'll trust Duke's word for sure. Man, this kid, boy. He said it too. He built for this. He proved it, man.
Well,
exactly.
Back that up. But it's the journey again. You're starting when you start the season for him in basically A ball, if you want to call it that, and then to move up the ranks over the course of the year to get to AA and then to AAA in Buffalo.
Does it happen like this though, KK, usually with a young kid where, what is this, four big league starts he's had?
This would be his 4th one, yeah. Does it happen? Yeah,
late though in the season, in these big moments now where it's so early in the career, but He's so proven, it seems.
You know what I say, Eddie? It's like, you know how the young golfers now, like they're fearless. They don't care. They're like, okay, what's that? 240? Yeah, okay. I'll pull out, a 3-iron or a 4-iron,
8-iron.
Yeah, wow, and I'm not scared of the water in the front or the sand on the back. These guys, it's the same thing. It's all the athletes like this. They're just not scared about failure, it seems, anymore.
Good point.
Like go back to that last series. Like Cam Schlittler is basically doing the same thing. Yes, a handful of more starts, but he threw, against Boston, threw 8 innings and shut down the Red Sox. Same thing with, like the Red Sox started that game was Connolly early. Same thing, even less starts. He would be comparable to what Savage is.
Would you see that in other sports too? Just the younger kids, maybe they don't blink as much.
Well, think about all the young quarterbacks that come in. And I mean,
quarterback, man, that's tough.
Sure it is. But there's some success going on.
Some very limited. Even the vets, man. Quarterback plays, bar and few, man, to get good quarterback play. Let's look at Josh Allen last night, for example. Yeah. What'd you think of that quarterback play in that game overall?
Well, he was really, really subpar, and then on the other side of it, it was different and a younger quarterback, right?
Tough first half. Not tough, but it wasn't a lights out first half for Mac, but second half, yeah.
But I mean, way different,
he outplayed Josh.
Sure he did.
He outplayed Josh for sure.
Way different.
That was a lot of penalties too. Whew.
Too many. There was a couple 100 yards. Text line 833-401-1440. Stair Farmer, MTR, Matt, Harry, and Paul already checking in. We'll get to those as the morning progresses. So much going on. CFL, you can see all of a sudden BC's. Everyone at call it a month and a half ago, Eddie, 2 months. BC's got a really good team, but they're not showing it. Now they are. So we'll talk about that as the morning progresses. Obviously, so many games to bust down in the NFL. Even now, the undefeated ranks are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo loses. Philadelphia loses. Denver goes into there, and it's what it was 17-3 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Denver, they got a good defense.
Yeah,
we've known that.
Yeah, they got a really damn good defense. Should mention also the late game last night in Major League Baseball. Seattle beat Detroit 3-2, so that series tied at 1. That's going to be a heck of a series still going on there. And then the NL had the day off yesterday, so those 2 series will get back at it. And it's a late start, I think, for the second game on the docket. The first game is the Phillies and Dodgers, and that'll be at 4:00 our time. Dodgers lead that series 1-0. Then the Cubs and Brewers don't get going till 7:00 our time. So that's in Milwaukee. That's an after 8:00 start, I think, Central Time there for them. So lots to talk. And you just got back into town after the big wedding?
Yeah, it was a nice weekend in Whistler. First time up there.
Yeah,
nice town. Yeah.
Did you
nice
feel
village?
Could you feel the love?
It's like a hallmark. But what's really cool, honestly, because Saturday it was all prep day. My wife was in the wedding party, so I had the day to myself pretty much until we met up at the venue later on. Yeah. And so I just went down into the village and just walked around. Man, it's like Jasper Banff on steroids, right? Just bigger with the whole village setting and stuff. The Olympics there back in 2010, that would have been wild.
Yeah.
I was just thinking to myself, holy, that place must have been just a party.
Yeah, I wasn't there for it. I was in Calgary in 88. That was wild too. But, lots of fun. I mean, especially when you're walking around towns like that in the winter and it's -1 or 2 level, it's just great.
Yeah, it would be nice to
was there
back in the heyday, I could see how you could just hop around and tear it up.
Yeah. Was there a little Eddie Steele wedding singer going on?
Oh no. They didn't have enough money for that.
Oh, really? I thought maybe you made a little special guest appearance on the stage.
Nothing's for free, KK.
Hey, let's welcome in the Duke of Delburne. Duke, is everything okay on the board there? I mean, I know you're trying to fire things up here. We had a couple problems with the power outage at the
obviously our in-house engineer here, Troy, working extra hard on a clock this morning to get things going. So I think we're good as far as I can tell. There might be a few hiccups here along the way, but yeah, I think we're set to jet.
I'm surprised. Like Duke had a wedding too.
I was just gonna ask, how was your wedding, Duke?
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah. Did want to obligatorily. I was chatting with the bride's mother on Saturday night. Shout out Sandra. the mom and the bride. It was a great day. The weather was not great, and it kind of held off all day while we were doing pictures and stuff in the morning. And then as soon as we got to the ceremony, started to rain. I was the officiant, so trying to move things along, get it moving as quick as possible. And then naturally, as soon as the ceremony was over, everyone's moving back inside into the hall. Rain stops. Sun even came back out for a little bit. So it was great. Party was awesome. Yesterday was a very long day in terms of the cleanup in the morning, drive home, and then essentially I got home, sat on the couch for like 20 minutes to watch a little of the afternoon slate ending, right back in the truck to head down to the Drake for Tropics hockey, where we had 10 guys. So that was my reasoning. I thought this is either going to make me feel that much better for tomorrow because I'll kind of sweat it out a bunch of the poison, or it's just going to dehydrate me even further than I already am, and I will barely be able to move tomorrow. And so far, it's whatever. We're 12 minutes into the show, just an hour and some into my work day. Seems like it's more of the former. I'm feeling all right.
I have a quick question for you fellas, non-sport related. So let me lay this one on you guys. First of all, I want to know what you think. So I traveled pretty much all day yesterday. Had 2 hours from Whistler down to Vancouver, and then caught a flight at about 4 o'clock. There was some delays. Got home at 6:30 our time here, and then see the kids and stuff. Talk with my mother-in-law who had watched the kids, and catch up. Didn't eat until about 9. I was hungry too, so I really didn't eat all day.
Okay,
I didn't eat all day.
Going?
I had McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's often, but I talk about savage.
What'd you have?
Quarter pounder, large fries, 10 nuggets, and a junior chicken. And it was easy. Went down easy.
That's nothing.
Is nothing?
That is nothing, yeah.
I felt kind of full, but that was nothing, huh?
Yeah,
I thought so too.
Well, first of all, you already had the nuggets. Why do you got to go for the little chicken burger?
I know.
Why would you?
I know.
See,
I thought that too.
It's a rookie move.
Oh, that's nice that you said
you
that.
Got to quarter pounder. You're going with that, but then you might as well just get the Big Mac, okay, or a couple of triple cheeseburgers.
I was thinking some McDoubles.
Yeah,
something like
that. You don't get the 10 nuggets.
I know the junior chicken.
McCooley.
Yeah. It went down easy, man. Too easy.
Text 833-401 1440. Guy says the Macho Man, you savage, Matt and LeDuc. Someone asked one of the Yankees if they could describe Trey Splitter with one word. They said, yeah, savage. MTR also says, hey, Eddie, good comeback with the Vikings.
He's giving me the love because I was loving up his Niners last week.
Yeah, that's fine.
I appreciate it.
And he talks about the Niners. We already went through the Niners MTR. That was on Thursday, okay? Today's Monday. Wake up. Coming up on the big program, we got Alan Mitchell, our usual Monday leadoff man. You hear him every day here, 12 to 2, the lowdown with Low Tide. Mark Spector in the chair at 8 o'clock. Oilers with the day off today. A day off, scheduled day off that was announced yesterday. They'll practice tomorrow and then get ready for their home opener Wednesday against Calgary. There will be some paper transactions, if you want to call them that.
Though? It's
their roster
for the most part.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there is, like a guy like, say, David Tomaszek. He could be sent down on a paper transaction to save money on LTIR and the cap when Zach Hyman goes on IR. Something like, it's just
money
like they call, just enough to put themselves in a better position down the road. So we'll talk with Spec and Low Tide with a little Oilers and NHL with 3 games tomorrow. Regular season's here. We got Mike Narocco from ESPN covers the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is the Monday night football game. The Jags and the old Kansas City Chiefs. Nick Olczyk from the Utah Mammoth, 10 o'clock, our headliner of the day. We'll discuss where Utah is. Maybe a little discussion, too, with Connor Ingram, too, because obviously that was a good move by Utah to, allow him to continue things on. And Connor Halley from Fantasy Frenzy at 10:20. For me, fantasy, I talked about that DeMarco guy or whatever in Arizona, and I was so pissed off at him yesterday because he cost also the draft here. I had Arizona Duke for the survivor pool. I think a lot of people had Arizona.
Ooh.
So I don't know if anyone saw it, but it was I'm pretty sure.
Join me in the pit.
DeMarco's got an 81-yard run. He's on the goal line, and first of all, he stops running. about the 10-yard line, and then he just puts his arm out. Like
threw it
just,
forward. Normally you
is
see it
just-
backwards. He threw it forward.
and if you look at the top angle, I mean, the top angle is pretty darn close. I mean,
it's always close, it
yeah,
seems.
I mean, just an absolute joke. So
What do you call
DiMercato-
a pig?
Yeah, it was an absolute pig. And even in fantasy, that gave him 81 yards and a fumble lost instead of 81 yards and a TD.
Big point difference.
Yeah, 8-point swing. When we come back, Alan Mitchell will be with us. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select, and we're streaming on YouTube and X.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
Mr. Rooter meets a ghost.
1 plunge, 2, and 3. A toilet clogged with a ghost? Man, I love plumbing. You're free now.
I will never find peace. The clog is fixed, yes, but I have never trusted the sump pump.
No problemo. I can fix that. Now go to the light, you little scamp.
Thank you, Mr. Ruda.
To resolve your unfinished plumbing business, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
Experience more at the Edmonton Expo Center. Come for Canada's largest trade show, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. Stay for the experience, but it doesn't end there. Maximize your brand exposure with Edmonton Expo Center's new cutting-edge feature screens, spanning Western Canada's largest venue space. Captivate an annual audience of over 1 million visitors during iconic events like Pro Rodeo, Disney on Ice, Glow, K-Days, and so much more. To learn more, call 780-471-7380 or visit EdmontonExpoCenter.com today.
Looking for an all-season vehicle with room for the hockey gear, comfort for the daily commute, and rugged capability for your weekend adventures? That's the all-new 2025 Jeep Compass, and you'll find it during the biggest sale of the year this month at St. Albert Dodge. Now, what can I say? It's a Jeep, it's a 4x4, and it's loaded with standard features like an 8.4-inch touch screen, keyless entry, and heated front seats, all starting from just $34,900. Head up the trail and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
You're at home, in the car, or on the move. You're never more than a tap away from Sports 1440.
Download the radio player
Or
iHeart app today so you can get all access anytime
to Edmonton's only sports radio station, Sports 1440.
Farm, ranch, acreage, or lake lot. They're here to help at Bashaw Concrete Products. Family owned and operated for 60 years. They continue to provide the best products and service, period. Call now for your free quote on the highest quality ready mix and gravel, a new septic tank, or an outhouse pad and tank, plus precast cattle water pads, garage sumps, and more. Call 780-372-3854 for prompt delivery. Bashaw Concrete Products, 780-372-3854. BashawConcrete.com.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need when you need it 24/7, 365 every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Portions of this hour are brought to you by Nectar.io. Learn more about how we can help your business automate processes, streamline operations, and save money at Nectar.io. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 721 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele with you and the Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440. Time now for the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire, where leaves are falling. And so are our prices. Until October the 18th, you can get up to 25% off per tire instantly, plus $125 back on a set of select Goodyear tires and $50 back on $150 service with your purchase. Check them out at fountaintire.com as we welcome in our Monday morning leadoff man, Alan Mitchell. Good morning. Tide, how are you on a Monday morning?
I'm very well. I think we're the weather is starting to look like it's, coming up on Thanksgiving, and that's okay, football weather.
Turning, yeah. I know you were talking to the Duke, and we're working through some technical stuff here. And how we have where you sit here and there's the little control panel for your mic and your audio and your cough button and everything. That's not working right now. So it's a little bit out of an element here. The guy's element.
Oh, well, you're really good at, because you've got all that TV experience. You're used to like live, and we'll just play it, we'll broadcast from wherever. Just, if we're on, we're on. We keep going. So you'll be fine.
Oh,
I worry about Eddie, though, a little bit.
Hey, those were my thoughts exactly when we started the show, Tide.
Oh, fellas, I just got sucked into this stinky score article of the NHL Sim predictions for the year.
Oh, boy.
Has Ottawa winning against Edmonton.
In the final?
Oh,
man. Wow.
The prediction, Edmonton allows a league worst 286 goals, but squeaks into the postseason. Yet unspectacular campaigns from Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, 95 and 94 points.
Wow.
Okay, and then the guy who wrote it, how many mushrooms does that guy have?
I got sucked into it, man.
Oh, man. Hey, let's start with the Jays yesterday, Tide. And I mean, that pitching performance by Trey is savage. Historic, one for the ages. Almost wish that, he could have continued on, but I think it was the right move to take him out after 5 1/3.
Yeah, they're going to need him, and he's young, and right now he looks like he's a guaranteed W every time he's out, because he's pitched well before yesterday. But yesterday was like, the pitch that he throws is unhittable. Like it's coming. Grisham looked like a fool. If you don't what's going to be different in the next outing? So, somebody said online, I don't know who it was, but, he's too young to have, any kind of pressure on him. And that probably helps too. But man, that was a delight. And of all the teams to do it against, the Yankees, the most blustery team in sports, and Aaron Boone, ripping on Buck Martinez the other day. As his team goes out and lays 2 eggs in Toronto. I love it personally.
Well, is there something more to that? Because the Jays really have had the Yankees number all season. They've just carried that through into the postseason.
Well, the thing is, Buck's right. I'm not a Buck Martinez defender or anything, but he said they can't play defense. They don't run the bases well. They're playing guys out of position. Like Judge can't throw, so why is he in the field? And last year they had Dominguez playing center field. The New York Yankees are a flawed ball club, and they've got Judge is like an all-timer. Don't get me wrong, but they are built in a way that makes them vulnerable to teams who play good defense. Like Milwaukee doesn't have any stars, but man, they play great ball. They got great leather. They can throw the ball. Everybody plays some positionally. The Yankees are the opposite. So this is a lot of things come home to roost. It was the same in the World Series. They got all the way to the World Series last year against the Dodgers, and then their defense fell apart. Right now against the Toronto Blue Jays, they look second best in every category.
Alan Mitchell with us on Sports 1440. I just got a text in from Todd, the sign guy. He says, I don't get it, though. These young arms should be able to go longer. Do you not think? Well, there's a couple things that I think you might be on the same page here, Tide. So if the Yankees were to come back and win these 2 games in New York, you're going to need Yasevich for game number 5. Why give? And it's 12-0. Why give these guys more looks at them? Let them just go into a game 5 if they have to play a game 5. I'm not saying it's going to get there, but let these guys, the Yankees, get to there going, we never touched this guy for 5 innings. That's a big plus. If he were to continue on and give up a couple hits, couple runs, now the Yankees could go, okay, we know, we saw him now. This is our 3rd, 4th look through the lineup. I don't know. Where do you stand on that, Tide?
I agree totally. There's actually research done where where like if you are in a series or in the regular season, you happen to see the same team twice. The more looks at a pitcher a batter gets, the better his batting average and his on-base percentage are. And that makes sense. I mean, the more familiar you are with the release point and recognizing how many different pitches a pitcher has. And also the game was won, as you said. Like this isn't like, look, he could have put up more legendary numbers because he was striking out like two an inning. So that's fine. But you're not looking for history. You're looking to win the damn ball game so you can make history later in October. It's the right call. Now, the Yankees have a kid named Schlittler who could come out and do the same darn thing to the Blue Jays here next outing, and they probably would only pitch him 5 if they were up by that much because they might think they want to get him for the next series. This is no longer about individual stats. This is no longer about getting wins. Luis Castillo pitched less than 5 yesterday. Who cared? They won the game. This is about getting wins because if you don't get them, you're going to have a long winter. And the Jays made the right call. It was a great weekend for the Jays.
And the Jays might not even face Schlittler here because Rodon will go tomorrow. So they're hoping
really?
They only got to face Schlittler in game 4. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
4 and
that's great. And it'll be Bieber, right?
Yeah, Bieber will go against Rodon tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. And then I don't like there's no afternoon games today, boys. I'm kind of grumpy about that.
Think of this too, Tide, again. Like if you're in Milwaukee, I think the local start time would be well after 8:00 in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's late. That's really late. Getting back though to the pitching points that you guys were just talking about, because you guys are a couple of baseball old heads, really know the game. When did it really take a turn? Because it seems like the game is now coached over analytically. Rarely do we see pitchers go 6 innings into the 6th. When did it took a turn? Did it not as of recently, or did you used to see guys roll into later innings more frequently?
I'll let you go first, Tide, then I'll chime in after.
Well, back when I was a kid, I there were guys who had 20 complete games out of like 40 starts. I mean, the guys went with 4-man rotations, but you could like Ferguson Jenkins, a legendary pitcher, Canadian, and he pitched over 300 innings many times. But he always talked about, sometimes you wouldn't use your best pitches. You could throw slop to the shortstop, who was didn't hit very much, but was a really good fielder. But in the modern era, every pitch by a pitcher is thrown as hard as he can, and they only have so many pitches in their arm each outing. And actually, the organizations plan for Tommy John, like they know it's coming because of the way the pressure and the stress that's put on the shoulder and the elbow. So the reason that pitchers don't last as long is because unlike when I was a kid, when Ferguson Jenkins could throw maybe 10 great fastballs in the first 6 innings and then leave the rest for later. Now you don't get that. Everything has to be as hard as you throw it. And some of these trick pitches are even more difficult on the arm and the shoulder.
And I'll add to that, Tide, in the sense that every team, one of their biggest priorities when they're assembling a team, especially a championship team, is bullpen strength. So what happens, Eddie, is that now you go, once you get past the 5th or 6th inning, you go, we got 3 or 4 guys. And as what Tide is saying, we have 3 or 4 guys that are throwing bullets. There aren't guys that come out of the bullpen in the 8th and 9th inning that are throwing 85 miles an hour.
They got the horses ready to run.
So that's the difference for most teams. There are some exceptions always, but the other thing too, we've talked about pitching here, Tide, but the Blue Jays with the 23 runs, that's a record for the first 2 games, 8 home runs. Vladdy hits the grand slam. Ooh. Bit of a bat toss like a Jose Bautista, but they're off. Every guy in the team is hitting here.
Oh yeah, and I was so happy for Vladdy. I was a huge fan of his dad, and I love watching Vladdy. But the theater of that at bat where he hammered the hell out of that ball, and then he stood there and he had his bat. He's such a powerful guy, and then that bat flip was, that was pure. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw the one shot they had Max Fried just looking out.
Yeah.
And that's what is great about baseball. Baseball is so damn good, and that series was. I'm not even a Jays fan. I personally don't care, although I love Vladdy. I just loved it for theater, and that the Yankees got their asses kicked. I could watch that all day.
All right, Todd. So we talked the feel good story, the Jays, and now personally, how about your Eagles taking the loss at home? Denver Broncos with the strong defensive performance.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm really thrilled, but you know, they're kind of a goofy team this year. Hurts overthrew a couple of balls, and you know, I'm like, this sounds like, you know, the guy who grumbles about things when really he should not have to, or not, you know, he should just enjoy himself. But like, you can agree, this is, like, fundamentally speaking, this is not a brilliant start, even though they're doing really well record-wise for the Eagles. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you know, you go 4-0, and then, you know, you come up against Denver, and you know, they win 21-17, and everybody's upset. But I think this was coming. I don't. It's the same with the Buffalo Bills. Have the Buffalo Bills been really great this year?
Well, they stunk last night.
No, that's a very good comparison. You're right. No, they haven't been great this year. The one thing with the Eagles too is when they were sitting at 4-0, 3-0, there always was some noise. You're hearing it from the receivers, and just someone's not happy, you know. And talking about Sirianni, but that noise has quieted now. And usually, winning is the cure-all, but you shouldn't have all this drama when you're still winning.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be 23-38 if you're Jalen Hurts. And I love Jalen Hurts. Look, I mean, as an Eagles fan, the guy's been to 2 Super Bowls, won one, made the playoffs every year. He's been money, but 23 of 38. And I mean, look, wide receivers, they bitch all the time. So that's not even it. But I'm also a little bit worried about, you know, giving Saquon the ball 6 times. So, you know, I mean, I think the Eagles are. This might just be a Super Bowl hangover. I don't know, but they can be. I think they'll play better. I actually don't like most of the games they played this year. They've been close wins, and a lot of times their offense is just sputtered.
Day off for the Oilers today. Tide. They will get back on the ice tomorrow, and then on Wednesdays, the home opener, season opener with Calgary. We'll see a little bit of tweaking here, maybe as we call it, the paper transactions and things like that, but. For the most part, what's your perspective of this team going into the regular season here?
Oh, I was glad to see Matt Savoy move up the depth chart to the second line. He earned it. He's outplaying, you know, the other right wingers, and I just think that this is a guy who, even if he goes back to the fourth line, skill needs skill. You need to have skill, and so if you want that Nugent Hopkins line to roll, you've got to give him wingers who can help him, you know, push offensively. Nuge is a brilliant two-way center, but you need to have that help. I think Mangiapane and Savoy are better suited to that. We'll see. Maybe it changes up, but I you know, top line, it's going to be Draisaitl and McDavid. I think they traditionally, the Oilers in the last 2 seasons have come out and stunk out in game number 1. I think maybe play a few tapes of the last 2 season openers. That might help. Haven't seen Skinner much. He's got the flu. That looks like Wallman's not healthy, but they're moving up Regula, who's going to be good. We're going to find out about waivers today, maybe a trade or two. Going to be fun, but you know, the Edmonton Oilers still don't have that contract signed with the captain, and that's going to be the lead story until it isn't. And I mean, I wish Connor McDavid all the luck in the world for, you know, she says, you know, it's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be a distraction. Wait till this team gets on the road and find out how many questions are about that contract, because they're all going to be about that contract.
And it's going to be here too. It's just going to be one day after another one. You can say everything you want about it, but the longer this goes on, the more it'll get talked about.
And the reason reporters do it, just so people know, is because that's the question everybody wants the answers to. If you're Mark Spector and not asking that question, you're not doing your job. And Mark Spector does his job, and he does it well. And that's the bottom line. So if you're mad about it, then please understand that what media does is it gets the story. The story right now is Connor McDavid is unsigned. And the vagary of the wording from Stan Bowman, from the agent, from Connor McDavid, people don't buy it. They want to know. And everybody knows that if Connor McDavid were going to leave via free agency, this is how he could handle it. So it looks like it until it doesn't. And right now, I think that's the story. And I would very much doubt even a long winning streak would solve that. At some point in time, this is either going to go away with a contract, or it's going to, I think, riddle this team all year and maybe be the story. Maybe be the story, not even the playoffs. This could be the story of the year.
Tide, what's coming up on the big program today at 12? Do we have not RD anymore, is it? Rachel?
No. It's Rachel Krychak.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to talk to her. There was a nice little moment on the weekend, and I want her expertise about it. An Edmonton Oilers and a Vancouver Whitecap got together, and both pretty darn famous. So we're going to talk about that photo op. We're going to talk about why that kind of thing is so popular, especially in Germany and everywhere. We're also obviously going to talk about the Edmonton Oilers and Florida Panthers have some cap room, boys. What do you think's happening there?
Oh man, that's a good one. Are
you just saying because of the LTR with Tkachuk?
Zito will do something. He's not.
He's back in December, right? But
and Barkov.
So
he's not going to sit idle.
I'm just saying.
the thing is, it's different, right? You can't handle it the way you did prior because you have to be compliant once the season ends going into the playoffs. So
it's wild times, man. I'm telling you, it's like the agents are getting a little more control, but these general managers who are willing to push the legality of the rules are really owning hockey right now. And Zito's one of them in Florida, boys. He just is.
No stone unturned.
Yep.
Have a great week, Tide. Great show today. We'll talk to you next Monday, big fella.
All right. I enjoyed this, boys. Have a good day.
Yeah, we did too. That's Alan Mitchell, the Lowdown with Low Tide, every day, 12 to 2, right here on Sports 1440. And that was the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. Again, the leaves are falling. So are the prices at Fountain Tire. You can get a whole whack of money, even off purchases. $150 purchase, you get $50 off on your service at fountaintire.com. Well, Eddie, we can talk a little NFL, maybe a little CFL in the next segment. What do you think?
Hey, man, playoffs are still CFL for the double E. There's still, I was looking, doing a little bit of wiggling around.
Okay, what wiggling? Okay, don't even talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We'll get into
the wiggling that you're discussing here. There's no wiggling.
There's a heavy wiggle.
That's coming up right after the break. It's Kevin Karius Show with Eddie Steele and the Duke of Delburne, presented by Sports Select. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, and even the old Insta as well.
Get ready for a silly hockey fans. Your partner in power just skated onto the ice.
EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365.
UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking.
Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service.
Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at EWEL.ca and win that project.
Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
Yeah, can I get a... yes. A common reaction from a veggie lover. Always scanning, searching, longing. But wait, what is this we see? The new McVeggie. Now at McDonald's.
Every lunchtime, hang with Low Tide. Weekdays from noon to 2 on Sports 1440. Low Tide and Declan Kruger gives you the deep dives, sharp analysis, and Edmonton Sports Talk done right. Your game, your station, Sports 1440.
Edmonton Elks Campus Clash is back, presented by Innova. October 11th versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, featuring $18 student tickets, food and drink specials, after party at Auburn's Ice District, and you could win a trip to Cancun. Tickets at goelks.com.
Buy more, save more, give more at The Brick. This week at The Brick, save up to 30% off furniture and up to 15% off major appliances. Your stellar night's sleep starts with select mattresses up to 40% off. Or score a Made in Canada mattress from just $159. Find store-wide savings on upholstery, major appliances, and big screen TVs, with a portion of proceeds donated to the Stollery. See in-store for details and exclusions. The Brick, saving you more.
Buddy, quit rolling up to the bar and looking like it's grade 9 grad and you're wearing your dad's old work suit. Do yourself a favor and call Game Day Suits.
Game Day Suits is Alberta-based and makes fully customizable, made-to-order suits. Perfect for hockey teams, wedding parties, or even the office crew. Book your free consultation at GameDaySuits.ca.
I'm rocking one right now. I look deadly.
You know they can't see you, right?
Okay, Mr. Announcer, you want to go, tough guy?
Game Day Suits!
Listen up, because we're about to tell you what nobody else will. There's a serious problem in auto service. The price you expect is almost never the price you pay. Big Toy Shop tells it like it is. No BS, no false inflated bill. It's just the honest service you need, done quickly and done well at a price that doesn't make you feel like a chump. Take your ride to Big Toy Shop, 8315 Argyle Road. Call 780-298-2797.
A veteran of the Edmonton sports scene for over 3 decades, the Kevin Karius Show, powered by Sports Select.
Bet on the original at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 7:43 in Edmonton. The Kevin Karius Show, presented by Sports Select. Get in on the action with, well, NHL hockey starts tomorrow, regular season. We got Monday Night Football. Tonight, bet on the original at sportselect.com. It is 100% legal. You got to be 18 plus. Please play responsibly. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele with you on a Monday morning. NFL last night. That upset game. Buffalo didn't play well. Josh Allen didn't play well. When you look at
the refs came to play.
Oh man, yeah. So I don't know what the final tally was, but I know it was at 190 yards of penalties.
I fell asleep at about halftime because by the time I got watching PVR
and all that
late,
McDonald's,
boy, it put me down. What's the most you've ever eaten? You never really answered because you just judged me. I never got to hearing your most savagery order.
When I was partying pretty good,
Yeah.
For
sure.
It would be a late night drive through at 2 a.m. Big Mac for sure, quarter pounder for sure, the large fries, no drink because I was already full.
There's enough drink.
And then the McNuggets, probably just a 6-pack of McNuggets.
Okay.
And then probably the one cheeseburger.
It's a nice one.
But
those nuggets, they're like a little appy, right?
I told this on the air, but I don't know if you were here that time that I went to Tim Hortons in a cab. So so it was pretty bombed. It's like whatever, 2 a.m, get home, bought like the chili and those nice subs you get at Tim Hortons, right? Oh, I was ready to go. Get to the house, I stumble out of the cab, go to the front porch, and I go to the door and it's locked. I'm like, what? I never locked the door, right? I don't know why I never did.
Just left it.
So anyway, now I got to go find a key in the back. So I go in the back. I'm trying to find a key, and it's hidden in some place, and I can't remember where it is. I finally get in the back door. I get in the kitchen. I go, man, am I hungry? So I made a big pot of spaghetti. And I had all the spaghetti, and and then next morning I go out to get the paper, and there's the Tim Hortons sitting on the front step.
Yeah,
that's bad, man.
I get it though.
Yeah, that's bad. So when you look at the NFL scores yesterday, I mean, Dallas really laid the boots to the Jets.
It's an interesting day of ball.
Houston. Baltimore is in big trouble here, man.
Their defense is bad.
They are in such big trouble right now.
Yeah.
And I know they got a lot of injuries.
That defense is an issue. Yeah. Honestly, don't be surprised if Jacksonville competes with KC and gives them a good run tonight.
Well, who have they beaten so far?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well,
it doesn't matter. I'm not. I just think
before we get to that one, but how about Indy in Vegas? Indy puts a 40 burger on the board.
But Indy's been playing.
I know.
Are you a believer? That's the question. Are you starting to believe it?
I'm starting.
How could you not?
Yeah. The big one was Arizona up on Tennessee, and we talked about Dummy Mercado, whatever his name is now, with the touchdown. And then the other thing that happened was it was a pick, and the Arizona guy gets to the ground, fumbles, not touched.
That was
another defender kicks the ball into the end zone, and Tennessee recovers, and then touchdown. Then another field goal to win it.
Don't sleep on a quiet Vikings win as well.
They were lucky.
Stay alive.
They were lucky in that one. They were lucky, Eddie.
Staying alive.
They were lucky. What else caught your eye NFL wise? Was there
Well,
Ricky Dowdle? How about Ricky Dowdle? Like, Chuba Hubbard's out.
Yeah.
Ricky Dowdle runs
What'd he
for
go
over
for?
206 and then another,
was the
I
tally,
think 30 yards passing, something like that.
That's tough.
And then, I think Carolina's playing Dallas, and I think next week.
Go on.
And Dallas will look out. And
I like Dallas, man. For some reason, I don't know. I do buy that. Trading Micah Parsons was the smart thing. I actually do get behind that. One player, and you get just a king's ransom back in return. And then if you look at the stats, they have an edge rusher who is outperforming statistically Micah Parsons, who's now gone.
Yeah.
Houston has 3.5 sacks. Parsons has 2.5, I believe.
And we're coming up to a third of the season here. And you think about guys that would be in the MVP conversation right now. And this gets a third of the way here. But you're talking about a guy like Baker Mayfield.
Thank you for saying it.
Okay. I mean, Daniel Jones is in the conversation. Those would be two guys that you go, no, you wouldn't be in the conversation at the start of the year. But
I like Baker. I've always liked Baker.
Oh, man.
I've always liked Baker. Yeah. Undersized, spunky. I like that spark, man. Little white guy who's fiery. You laugh, but it's real. How many of them are there in the NFL? You got to be fiery when you're undersized. And their defense, I just like what Tampa does, man. I really like what the Bucs do. And they're led by Baker Mayfield. And he had that bad rep coming out of college. He did a couple of dumb things. I think he had
almost like the Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, exactly. He was. But he is outperformed expectation in the NFL.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, like Mike Evans is out, but it's Duke's guy, your buddy Mbuka. He had another big game, and this is a star in the making. This is a guy that is a top 10 receiver right now in the NFL. He's that good. And there's chemistry there that the two of them have. And, you get Evans back. We obviously know Evans and Baker Mayfield can go. And this was without Bucky Irving at running back. When you go into Seattle's not as tough of a place to win as it used to be for some reason.
No, it's
Remember years ago?
Their defense isn't, as locked down. The fans really got behind the defense, the 13th man. And then, Detroit taking out Cincy, but putting up 37 points. Jared Goff is just a fantasy god out there for a quarterback. He's always putting up 4 touchdowns, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jacksonville beat the Niners, Matt and LeDuc says. Oh, boy.
Honestly, Jacksonville, they're doing something right this year. They really are. 3-1 for a reason. And now know in the NFL, we see there's no undefeated teams. Anybody can beat anybody. This is ball out here. And let's talk some CFL.
Okay, let's talk a little CFL. Now you think,
smell it?
The Double E are back on the field here after a bye week. They'll be home to Winnipeg on Saturday night, 5:00. And then they got in BC and then Calgary here to close out the season. So you look at the standings, Eddie. Right now, BC clinched a playoff spot with the win. So BC's at 9-7
in the West.
Yeah, I don't. What are the? I don't know the tiebreaker off the top of my head between BC and Sask.
I don't.
I'm just saying because BC would have to win out Saskatchewan, loses out. Does BC get first? I don't know that yet.
I don't know.
Anyway,
either.
Calgary and Winnipeg are at 8-7. The Double E are at 6-9. Double E have to win out.
Finish 9-9.
They would finish 9-9.
Okay. Calgary plays Hamilton this week. They play Toronto, and then finish the season against Edmonton.
So if they win one game, it's lights out.
Yeah, it's lights out.
Winnipeg again. They're here, and then who's Winnipeg got?
Well, it not necessarily wouldn't be lights out.
Why?
Because it would come down to that last game and then points.
No,
because it's a tie this year. The Labor Day and then the rematch.
So you're saying if Calgary beats Hamilton,
say Hamilton beats Calgary, and then Calgary beats Toronto. Now Calgary's sitting at 9-8, and it comes down to that last game, and then it'll come down to the points because Calgary and Edmonton split the series the Labor Day. Ooh,
dream.
You hate to see it.
Dream.
Hey, dreams come true.
Let's be honest, Eddie. Come on. As Eddie Steele would say, come on now. I was saying that on the weekend. I said, why am I saying that's Eddie's
do I say that?
Come
a
on
lot?
now. Come on now.
But seriously, and then let's talk Winnipeg. And I know they looked really good with Zach Collaros at the helm, but Winnipeg, so they play Edmonton this week, and then Sask, and then finish with Montreal. That's no, dog walk either now. It's tough. It's going to be quite an interesting finish. It's week to week.
Montreal's 8-7. They've got a game in hand on Hamilton. Hamilton's 10-6 now. Both teams have clinched a playoff spot, so we do know that there will be the crossover, and that's what we've been talking about. I just don't see Calgary and Winnipeg both.
Calgary has looked very vulnerable lately.
They have.
It's honestly, you don't see it, but it's week to week. After this week, a lot can change, and we'll know a lot because Winnipeg plays Edmonton. So if Edmonton can come on top come out of that game with the win, now we're really cooking with gas.
Real Duke just texted in and said, "Good morning, fellas. For Eddie 85, will your podcast roll into an NFL version following the CFL season?"
No, not like a full-on NFL version. What's going to separate us is we're going to go year-round, whereas most CFL guys, they just shut her down at the end of the season. And we're going to do everything. Like there will be, of course, some NFL talk every week. Yeah. A lot of life talk. We're going to get a lot of ex-players because there's tons in the community. So we're going to have a lot of human interest stories and come at you with different types of content. So we're going full year. So stay tuned. And yes, of course, there will be football talk because it's me, baby. Got to talk some football.
Harry texted in, Elks, no hope in hell, and Slim just left town. That's not how the phrase goes. It's Slim and none, and Slim just left town.
Bookmark that. I want to save that text.
That's right.
Save that one now. We'll revisit that in 2 weeks.
I just don't know. I mean, there's too many things that have to happen here.
But but it's not that much, KK. There are some things you need, but when you actually look at it and look who's playing who, there's not a lot of craziness that needs to happen here.
Here's the other thing too, Eddie, in the sense that, again, BC's played 16 games, so they got 2 left. Perfect time for a bye right now. Both Calgary and Winnipeg still have a shot at home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs. Calgary and Winnipeg can both pass.
Yeah, they can
both
BC.
pass BC.
Yeah.
These teams are playing
They're
for
playing
a lot.
for their playoff lives.
Yes. No, they're playing for home field advantage.
And their playoff lives, though.
Well,
they really are.
There you go.
Edmonton's on the coattails. They're coming up the rear.
And I just see BC's, again, we talked about it off the top, that this was a team that everyone said, like 6 weeks ago, this is a team that's better than their record. And then they've started to come on.
They did look very just mid during the mid-season.
Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, it's starting to get a little bit of a sauna feel in here, is it
I
not?
like that.
I don't.
It allows
Let's
me
get that door open here.
No. Allows me to have the guns out, baby. Let us cook in here. Let us cook.
It's too hot.
Well, roll up your sleeves, big fella. you come on. You let
Come on
him
now.
breathe. You
Come on
nervous?
now.
Do I make you nervous, Kate?
No, you don't, because I can't see because of the stuff in the way. Coming up at the top of the hour, we got Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. We'll also go in or out with Eddie Steele. Before all that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Nectar.io, transforming field data into boardroom insights. Nectar.io is the all-in-one solution for your fleet safety, time tracking, and materials management needs. Nectar.io, your business made better. Here is Sam the Record Man.
The Sports 1440 update.
Big win for the Blue Jays yesterday as they take game 2 of their series with the Yankees 13-7, with Trey Savage having a historic outing with 5 1/3 of no-hit baseball with 11 strikeouts. In the other ALDS matchup, the Mariners tie up the series with a 3-2 win, with Jorge Polanco homering twice. In the NHL, the San Jose Sharks have acquired Ryan Ellis and a 2026 sixth-round pick for Carl Grundstrom and Artem Guryev. Ellis has not appeared in an NHL game since the 2021 season while dealing with a career-threatening back injury. The Boston Bruins are planning on retiring Hall of Famer Zdeno Chara's number 33. Chara played 123 games during his 14th season in Boston, winning a Stanley Cup in 2011. NFL Week 5 yesterday sees the Broncos take down the Eagles 21-17. Houston roots the Ravens 44-10. The Commanders take down the Chargers 27-10. And the Patriots give the Bills their first loss as they take a narrow 23-20 victory in Buffalo. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll be joined by Sports Night's Mark Spector. And this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Mr. Rooter meets a ghost.
1 plunge, 2, and 3. A toilet clogged with a ghost? Man, I love plumbing. You're free now.
I will never find peace. The clog is fixed, yes, but I have never trusted the sump pump.
No problemo. I can fix that. Now go to the light, you little scamp.
Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
To resolve your unfinished plumbing business, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
Seriously, another door knocker? I really want to go solar, but these high-pressure tactics are exhausting.
And their prices are unbelievable. Before we do anything, let's call Great Canadian Solar.
There's a better way to go solar. Great Canadian Solar provides honest advice and fair pricing to save you from overpaying. They're easy to deal with and will never put pressure on you to buy. As a trusted local business for over 15 years, Great Canadian Solar will support you in your solar journey. Visit greatcanadiansolar.com and call today to get started.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
They're not just a grocery store. They're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie pizza, and restaurant, all under one roof. Loca Quality Market does food differently with 2 locations to serve you. Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Visit loca.ca.
So I took this pumpkin to Metal Supermarkets for carving. Turns out they don't do that, but that's okay. They did help me with a new steel shelf for my garage, cut and bent to my exact specifications in no time. Can't wait to build it this weekend. As for this big orange pumpkin, I think I'll just toss on a toupee and call it Mr. President. Too easy. Metal Supermarkets, the local convenience stores for Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
3 locations, endless sports action. Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge. Sully's is the place to catch every game this fall. With tons of TVs, there's never a bad seat in the house. Check out the game night food and drink features and bring your friends for all the fun with Oilers watch parties all season long. Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge at all 3 Century Casino locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
With over 30 years of sports experience,
This is the Kevin Karius Show, brought to you by Sports Select.
Bet on the original at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 801 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele with you on Sports 1440, the Kevin Karius Show, presented by Sports Select. We've got the Duke of Delburne with us in studio and a full cast of characters over on the side. with Sam, the record man, operating the board, and we got Josh Fenwick taking care of business on YouTube, X, the old Insty.
How's your
What's that?
temperature? You cooling
Well,
off?
we
there,
opened the
man?
door.
Man, you're having a heat flash in front of me. The panic, you looked at me with utter panic in the eyes. We made that eye contact, and I didn't know if you'd make it.
If I want to have a sauna or a steam, I'll do that. Not in here. Time now for On the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. They've extended the goal to feed 500 families into October. It's almost there. But more importantly, and I can't believe this, they got a great selection of 2025. The stock in stock right now, even Corvettes. That's what I was trying to get at. Corvettes right now in October, because even Mike says they'll store it for you, and he's a pretty good guy. You just got to ask him. Old Mikey.
He'll let you know.
He's a good buddy of Mark Spector's from Rogers Sportsnet. Good morning, Spec. Would Mikey sell you a Corvette there and you'd store it or what?
Yeah, I'm not driving a Corvette. I'm driving a nice little train, and I don't need him storing it because I'm driving it.
The idea was to buy it and store it, Spec.
Yeah, you buy a Corvette
store
at this time of year. Why wouldn't you drive it in the winter? Put some winter tires on it. Let's go, baby.
I don't think it's like very good driving conditions in Edmonton in the winter here for Corvette, Spec.
Come on. Have some fun in your life, Kev.
Live a little.
Okay.
What's your midlife crisis going to be, Spec? You going to get a Corvette?
I don't know what my midlife crisis is. That's a good question. I've never been, I don't know, midlife crisis. Who's in a crisis? They pay me to watch hockey. What crisis is?
That's the best answer you could give right there.
Yeah. And even baseball, they pay you to watch that sometimes.
The odd time. Yeah, right. So life's good. Holy man, did the Blue Jays ever take it to the Yankees this weekend? It wasn't even fair.
Bombs away.
I mean, a record for runs in 2 games, a record for home runs in 2 games. And then it's funny. So if you were to say the Jays are going to score 24 runs, sorry, 23 runs, they're going to have 8 home runs in 2 games. You'd go, that's the story of the weekend. But it wasn't. It's a young kid on the mound, Trey Savage. Unreal.
Yeah, all of a sudden he might be their best starter. Like he's got a really crazy arm angle. Like he comes from over the top and the ball's coming way downhill on you. Then he adds a splitter into it that's also going downhill. Like you could see the Yankees were befuddled. Now, it's always been this way. A guy gets through the league, they figure some stuff out. It's not going to be like this forever. But for now, the Yankees weren't even close to hitting this guy. Like they were not even close.
And what's really cool about it all is Aaron Boone even said going into the game, he knew that was going to be a challenging pitch for them to face, especially the lefties. And yet it held true. So like the scouting, they knew it's there, it's coming, and they still couldn't hit it.
I think, Spec, if you know, and you watched a lot of ball and played, when you start guessing as a batter, you got no sniff. Like absolutely no, like, you know how they always say, well, just stay on dead red, stay on fastball. You can always maybe try to catch up and make an adjustment. But when you're guessing and you don't know what's going on because you can't tell what that pitch is coming from, as you said, Spec, that arm angle and the delivery and the deception. And again, so many times they took pitches that were maybe an inch or 2 off the strike zone as far as a left-handed batter goes, 1 or 2 inches up high. And they were like, is that a strike? I don't even know if it was that a ball or a strike. They had no idea.
Well, and I think the key here is like for Savage, he's ahead. He was mostly ahead in counts. So that's how, I mean, that's the nature of the game. When the pitcher's ahead in the count, now it's the batter who's got to guess because, oh man, you know, he's in trouble. He's got no options left. When the pitcher let's say he can't get his splitter, throw a splitter for strikes, and everybody knows it. They sit off the splitter, and now it's the pitcher who's in trouble. So as long as he's going to stay ahead, he's got a 95+ mile an hour fastball. He's got a splitter that's looks unhittable right now. And you're right. You can't, you know, if you're guessing on one or guessing on the other, you're dead. So listen, it's kind of, I'm trying to think of a young kid who showed up at such an important time of year with this little experience, who's had this big an impact. Like, you know, I don't have an example. I feel like Mark Fidrich back in a million years ago. was a young guy that nobody could touch. But I don't know. Is there a similar example of this
I
kid?
will say this, Becken, because we talked about it with you earlier, and I had no idea. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't think, but I would assume when Yasevich was down in the minors, if they brought him up, he was going to be coming out of the pen. And I think a lot of people assume that because at the time, Karius was still throwing well. Gosman obviously was the ace. Bieber's coming along.
Scherzer wasn't shaky.
Yes. So, I just assumed he was coming out of the pen. And I remember telling you 2 years ago, same age, same thing, same going up through the minors. Orion Kirkering out of Philadelphia came up, and the Phillies went on a run deep into the playoffs. And Kirkering was their high leverage guy, even closing games for the Phillies. Because this was at the same time we were talking about Hoffman. Remember, Speck? And Hoffman was struggling.
And we're not talking about the reliever much when you score 13 runs a night.
So true. Hey, did you fellas, I know preseason hockey, but happen to catch the Panthers Lightning in the melee, the brawls, everything that came out of that game?
That's crazy, isn't it? I wonder, the league will not love that. I mean, they used to have that all the time, but the league won't love that. I would wonder if they let those two teams play back-to-backs again next year, because the second one was predictable, right? The second one, everyone was talking about it. They were saying, oh, we got to get back at someone threw a cheap shot at somebody and we're going to get them back. And it was, what was there, 300 minutes in penalties or something?
Mm-hmm. And there was some fines, and there might be, I think there's maybe some discipline maybe handed out today yet.
Most likely, yeah. Countless ejections.
Yeah, 8-0 was the score. So
how funny it was when the one, I thought one goal was taken off, Spec, because the guy that scored it, they gave him a game misconduct, but they didn't figure it out yet.
Yeah, even Mikkola had a game misconduct, but the refs forgot or something. And he was in on the goal.
No, that goal doesn't count. He was kicked out of the game.
That's funny.
Hey, these young refs, they're not used to 300 penalty minute games, right? They get confused. The old guys used to stand there with a notepad and get it all right.
I was going to
say. Hey, Mark, outside of the Oil looking for their quest for the third straight finals appearance, is there anything of interest that you're looking forward to following this NHL season?
Well, I mean, the season, it's funny. I was just looking at Nugent Hopkins will play his 1,000th game this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's only about 40 some away, so unless barring injury, of course. And Draisaitl will get his 1,000th point this year. These guys are getting on a little bit. Hey, a couple of silver sticks there, and obviously we're all talking about McDavid right now. There's a bunch of talk going on. We were all on the phones this weekend. I saw Elliot Friedman's 32 Thoughts came out this morning. He expects McDavid to say something or sign like something from McDavid before Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Connor doesn't, I don't think he loves dragging this thing into the season.
No.
I don't think that's something he's enamored with. I'm not saying he won't do it, but I don't think he loves it. So I would agree. My assessment after having spent the weekend working my contacts is we're going to get some kind of clue here before Wednesday. I'm kind of hoping it's a contract, because let's put a bow on this thing and move on. If not, I think McDavid will speak to it and, kind of clarify his stance a little bit, I guess. I'm not sure how much more clarifying he needs. I don't know what more evidence there is. They've been talking about this for a long time. I'm not sure what's holding it up anymore.
That's the easiest way to say it in one sentence.
Mm-hmm.
No one understands what the holdup is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if there is a holdup, then tell us what the holdup is.
Exactly. Yeah. Own it.
Yeah, so it is like the season. This is a pinch point, game one of the season. It does. I don't care how you want to frame it. If you haven't signed before the season starts, there's a reason for that, and it's not a comfortable thing. No one wanted this. It's not great dragging this into the season. Everybody knows that. You can't deny it. So again, maybe we get lucky and maybe they sign something by Wednesday. Let's see. But I know people were hoping for a press conference today. It doesn't. At this point, I know of no press conference going on today.
Also, like today's the deadline for teams to submit, basically to be cap compliant for opening day rosters. So you can, final cuts were yesterday with, players being released and then, put on waivers, where now teams can have a look at some other guys. Was there anyone out there? I mean, Obviously, everyone talks about the goaltenders like Mikey DiPietro in Boston, and even guys like Nico Dawes in Jersey. Spec, anything you think we're going to see? A lot of people just think that the player out there is better than what you have already, and they're wrong in many cases. And then they don't realize that you got to make room. You have to have an opening on your own roster to fit that player in. So, I mean, I think maybe fans get enamored with the waivers and what's out there. But there's always less movement than what there is.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I mean, they picked up, everyone was shouting for Connor Ingram, and they picked up Connor Ingram. Great. They ended up with a very good deal on that player. He goes to the minors. Now it's going to take a fairly long while for him to percolate down there and find his game. Mikey DiPietro, how is he? I don't get it. What are you just going to bring in 10 goalies? Like,
well,
DiPietro's barely played in the league.
Yeah,
I'm not saying maybe one day he'll be a good goalie. Who knows? But he hasn't accomplished anything yet as an NHL goalie. Is that?
He's 26 years old.
Yeah. How many games he played in the NHL?
A handful.
Yeah. So, people do. They just want every shiny new toy on the waiver wire. There's no doubt. I get it. Fans are fans. They're excited. They want an improvement. They want it right now. But I mean, if Mikey DiPietro, had NHL #1 starter caliber, he wouldn't be on the waiver wire. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. He's played 3 games, Spec, and that was like a million years ago with Vancouver.
Right. So, how big is he?
He's 6'1", 205 pounds. So he's like a little bit bigger than your average. Like, I shouldn't say your average goalie, but he's bigger than some guys like Wolf and guys like that.
He's
are
smaller than most goalies, and I'm not sure he's 6'1". He was a kid at the World Junior in Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken.
He absolutely was. Yeah, he was World Junior 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Pod Colson's World Junior, just matter of fact. Anyhow, listen, fans are going to be fans. I'm not telling fans how to be a fan. They pay the money. They pay all of us, man. If they wasn't fans, we wouldn't be working. So enjoy it. But I mean, you have to be realistic. You can only have so many players. These injuries that the Oilers have now have taken the pressure off of any kind of roster accumulation here. Like with Janmark out, with Wallman, looks like he's going to miss the opener. They got, and Hyman's obviously out. They got no issues with their roster.
Yeah,
they'll just kick the can down the road. When everybody comes back, they'll have a decision to make for sure. But for now, there's no decisions because you got a good 3 guys that aren't going to play.
Well, and you'd think, like, again, with Wallman out, that's likely Regula that goes up and plays with Nurse. There's a good opportunity there for Regula. And we talked about it, Spec, with how many guys out of the 4, if you want to call them rookies, would be playing. And we said 3, but we never looked at the injuries. And we thought out of Savoy, Tomaszek, Philp, and Howard, we said 3 at the most, but I think all 4 will be in the opening night lineup.
Yeah, and Regula. Is he a rookie?
Regula, 5.
I think has he played? I don't know if he qualifies as a rookie for the intents of this conversation. He's a rookie in Edmonton. So that could be 5 guys. That could be 5 of 18 skaters playing in your lineup on opening night, which is about 2 more than they had planned on, if you ask me.
That is pretty significant looking at these lineups.
Yeah. Now Calgary, you know what? It's one game. Calgary's going to come out and they're going to be filled with energy. It's opening night. Who knows who wins the game? I mean, Edmonton's a better team than Calgary by the end of the year, but maybe not on one night. So, you know what? A little bit of energy from these kids won't be bad. It'll be, I think, listen, those young guys have been pretty good in the preseason. Like Regula, we've noticed him. He's been a good player. Savoy's been a good player. Howard's held his own in there. So, I'm not too worried about it. I think these guys they're going to hold their own. They'll be fine.
Hey, just one last little question in regards to McDavid. Do you buy into the notion that, and this is just stuff that you see floating online, and we know what all that can be sometimes, a lot of capital B, capital S. But do you ever buy into the fact that Connor is, using this to have himself be the distraction and take away from some of the pressure of the team and some of the focus on the team that has started slow in the past couple of seasons on their quest, en route to try and get back to where they've been on the mountain?
Yeah, no. I mean, I think we're digging a little deep here. like creating a distraction to get away from another distraction. That's not McDavid's thing. Like, he's a pretty, we know Connor. I'm not telling you I go to dinner with a guy or we're old buddies, but we all know Connor fairly well here. That's not his style. He's a pretty low-key cat. He doesn't, I know he's the greatest player in the game. He's not dying for attention. He's not pulling stunts to divert the attention. Frankly, my belief, my understanding is when he's, I still think he'll sign here. When he signs this contract, it's going to be for less money than we all thought. I think he's going to take less money. I think you're looking at a 3 or 4 year term, and I think you're looking at less money than Kaprizov, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, that's not a guy dying for attention. He doesn't need to be the highest paid player in the league. I think we've all got to know Connor a bit over the years here, and that's just the guy he is. I don't think he cares. And let's face it, if he needs the extra $1 million, he can go cut a Scotiabank commercial.
That is such a good point, man.
I want to see, how they've got the the Zach Hyman and Gene Principe in bed. I want to see, reading the stories. I want to see the Speck and Connor commercial together.
Oh, yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
I would. You know what would be great? The two of you guys at the Scotiabank and looking at each other's bank accounts.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Why not? Good stuff, Speck. We'll talk to you tomorrow, big fella.
All right, boys.
That's Mark Spector, Rogers Sportsnet. On the mark, brought to you powered by Northgate Chevrolet. This truck's for you. Check them out, northgategm.com. And again, be nice. Get a Corvette right now, Eddie. Put it in storage. I don't see you fitting in a Corvette.
I want to feel the breeze in my head.
Why?
I just want to feel it on the scalp, man.
Okay, first of all,
the hair's not going to blow in the wind.
You're not getting in a Corvette.
Nah, I'm way too big. That thing is tight. My hips wouldn't fit. Corvette's narrow.
What about you? You would have the top off, right?
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of those. They have that T. The Corvette T's, right?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like the T. Super 80s.
Yeah. Super 80s.
What do you like a vet? Are you a vet guy?
I was never really a Corvette. Well, the real Dick Malinowski had a Corvette. Maybe he still does, but it was like a 57, 58. Those ones with the scoop kind of side and the doors.
Yeah.
I always liked that one, but not those ones that into the 70s. I was more of like whatever that is, probably 60s. I don't even know what year.
What would you do? What would your car be?
Like it would be red and white, that just like the real Dick Malinowski.
Is a vet like the dream car though for you? What would the dream be?
I'd like to get the first car that I ever bought. That was an 86. No, it was a 1983 Jeep Renegade.
Ooh.
That was tops off and doors off. Doors off, tops off.
Fully exposed.
Had the soft and hard top and door package.
Yeah.
Oh. And that was
soft doors off,
hanging your
soft and hard hanging. Oh,
Kevin. Those were the days, dude. Those were the days. When we come back, we'll get to some of your texts. 833-401-1440, and also go in or out with Eddie Steele. I see the Duke has just fired up the in or out questions. That's all coming up. That's Kevin Karius Show with Eddie Steele, the Duke of Delburne, presented by Sports Select. And we're also streaming on YouTube and X.
Edmonton Elks Campus Clash is back, presented by Innova. October 11th versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, featuring $18 student tickets, food and drink specials, after party at Auburn's Ice District, and you could win a trip to Cancun. Tickets at goelks.com.
Want some good news? St. Albert Dodge is holding the biggest sale of the year on their in-stock Ram 1500 Sports. Every single one on the lot is discounted by a whopping $14,000. Yeah, 14 grand. And St. Albert Dodge has the best selection in Alberta. Over 90 Ram 1500 Sports to choose from, with great packages, including the Night Edition and GT models, all $14,000 off the ticket price. Get down there and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Experience more at the Edmonton Expo Center. Come for Canada's largest trade show, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. Stay for the experience, but it doesn't end there. Maximize your brand exposure with Edmonton Expo Center's new cutting-edge feature screens, spanning Western Canada's largest venue space. Captivate an annual audience of over 1 million visitors during iconic events like Pro Rodeo, Disney on Ice, Glow, K-Days, and so much more. To learn more, call 780-471-7380 or visit EdmontonExpoCenter.com today.
Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the move, you're never more than a tap away from Sports 1440.
Download the radio player
Or
iHeart app today so you can get all access anytime.
to Edmonton's only sports radio station, Sports 1440.
Farm, ranch, acreage, or lake lot, they're here to help at Bashaw Concrete Products. Family owned and operated for 60 years. They continue to provide the best products and service, period. Call now for your free quote on the highest quality ready mix and gravel, a new septic tank, or an outhouse pad and tank, plus precast cattle water pads, garage sumps, and more. Call 780-372-3854 for prompt delivery. Bashaw Concrete Products, 780-372-3854. BashawConcrete.com.
Canada, Crave is now the exclusive streaming home of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Let me hear you if you want to win.
Two of the most iconic game shows in television history.
You never know what's going to happen around here.
Stream new seasons next day on Crave.
I'm excited already.
Plus, dive into a massive library of classic episodes, which include Canadian legend Alex Trebek.
Answer. Daily Double.
Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440, a proud presentation of Sports Select.
In store or online at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 824 in Edmonton. I love it. Got to flag Sam the record man to open the mic up. Still got to work on this little thing over here, Duke. We'll have to get Troy in here to make sure.
Technical difficulties.
Well, I don't know. It's been the same. No cough button, so it's not like. And I usually have to cough a lot or clear my throat. I don't know. It just sort of.
It ain't nothing, man. It ain't nothing.
Well, but I mean, you turn your head like, and
I'm able to
blast one out.
Get out of Dodge. I don't quite blast one out, but I have a cough sometimes.
Text 833-401-1440. Oh, yeah. Look at that. KK from Husks. Let me guess what you were listening to in your Jeep. Back in Black, Whip It. We built the city in Lady in Red from Husks. None of the above. Not one of those songs. And I had an old cassette recorder in there, like not the 8-track, but the cassette.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
And I think I had some Bon Jovi going a lot in there. And I don't know what else. We used to rock it out pretty good.
I had one tape cassette.
What do you mean one? Just one tape?
One tape.
What was it?
And
was it a mix?
It was Biggie Smalls.
No,
it was an album.
was not.
Yeah, man.
Don't even start.
I'm telling you, it was the only cassette that I had, the one. And
I remember
it was in an old Camry.
Did you ever make your own cassettes?
No, I would do DVDs.
Okay, yeah.
Put mixes together. I actually would. I get my friends to. I never could do it.
But it was on a CD. CD or
CD? Yeah.
Well, DVD's a little. I hope it's something different.
Yeah, sorry, not DVD. Yeah, CD. I'm tripping. Yeah.
So
it's all the same thing.
Yes, but those weren't even. They hadn't had them out yet when I had the old.
You remember floppy disks?
Well, of course, computers? Yeah. I still got a couple of them. I thought I could still use them. Coach Al says more cowbell, Eddie. That was the last song there that we just heard. That's from Saturday Night Live. 833-401-1440. BK says, boys, love the show. Oiler fans, don't worry. Connor McDavid will sign a 3-year contract worth $49.7 before the season starts. Take that to the bank. So he's thinking like 4 and then 9.7.
I'm just racing over to my calculator.
49.7 is, well, it's less than what Kaprizov would be making. Because Kaprizov's 17, that would be 51, right?
No.
So, Mr. Lister's fired up about Mikkola. We talked about him getting the game misconduct and then scoring the goal. What to do about this guy? Playing while serving a game misconduct, he and the coach should get suspended. Should the league just do a slap on the wrist? I think not, Mr. Lister says. If a team scores and we later find the penalty on the play, it appears that now the NHL can rescind a goal, right? Well, I think you're taking it a little out of context here. So when you're having 300, well, not 300, but call it 150 minutes in penalties and guys are getting tossed left and right.
Yeah.
It was just to basically, you're
you
writing
missed.
it out in the game sheet and you're writing out, okay, 2, 5, and 10. 2, 5, and 10. This guy's gone, that guy's gone, whatever. And then at the end of the day, when all the penalties are going, well, Mikkola's probably going, well, I didn't really do anything. Why am I getting a game? So he's just sitting on the bench. He goes out and scores a goal, and they go, hey, this guy got a game.
And this would be an official and league issue. This was, of course, the Panthers or he plays with the Panthers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course they're going to roll him out there like until he gets kicked out. They're going to keep playing the body.
Matt and Leduc says, here's the commercial idea. Connor takes off at full speed, and all you see is Speck in the background. I think it'd be
Speck chasing him with the mic.
What about Speck and Connor? Like Speck's pitching, and then Connor hits because they used to call him home run Speck.
Yeah.
Connor hammers one out.
Connor's there down at Remax.
Yeah, Remax, and Speck just turns his head and sees the ball fly over the fence.
And as it flies, Speck turns back, looks at Connor, who's standing at home plate, and says, "Okay, pal."
And then Connor does a bat flip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And does the bases.
Yeah. And then the next pitch.
And what it is, it's a Crystal Glass commercial because the ball goes out of the park and breaks a windshield.
Oh, Eddie, are we writing a commercial here? Connor McDavid, new commercial with
as
Mark
he's doing the
Spector.
bases, it's kind of slow-mo and cheesy as he's running the bases.
Oh yeah. Speck tips his hat to him.
Yeah.
This is what we need to see.
That's good, Kevin.
Oh man. What was your first vehicle?
Honda. It would have been a 88 Civic. Yeah, 88 Civic. Man, you know me. I'm Honda Toyotas all the way. 88 Civic. Yeah.
What were you like high tower in police academy and ripped the back seat or the front seat out and sat in the back? Or
and it was tight. A lot of fun was had in there. No power and anything. Like the windows, the locks, nothing. It was old school, man.
And it was stick shift, right?
No, this one wasn't.
What?
Yeah, this was auto. Yeah,
You're kidding.
This was auto. Yeah, man, the Asian vehicles, that's all I've had. I've only had Honda and then into Toyotas.
Duke, what was your first vehicle? Do you remember what and you
I'll never forget.
You can't say.
How could you forget her, Duke?
You never forget your first, Eddie. That's what they say. 94 Lincoln Town Car.
Oh yeah, we did this. Yeah, but it didn't have the suicide doors.
No, that was post-suicide doors era. Yeah, white, red leather interior, like burgundy red. Full digital display, like digital speedometer, the whole 9 yards. How much was it? My grandpa bought it for me $2,000 at auction down in Black Falls.
That was big.
You want to know the thing was because him and my grandma, like they're by definition, like the town car was what they had. It was the exact same one that I'd like essentially learned to drive on because it was like, all right, yeah, Granny needs to go to the bank this day or going to town to get stuff. You have to drive. So you kind of, when you first get your license and your learners, even I was learning on this 18-foot long land yacht. And so I was like, this car's awesome. I want one just like it. Found one at auction. And yeah, my grandpa Jimmy went and picked it up for me.
That thing takes up half a Delburne.
Oh, it was excellent. And it was the best because like in high school, right, you're going to parties and there's like so much room in the trunk for hockey bags, golf bags. You cram all your buddies in the back seat. It was awesome.
You're fitting 70 guys in there. Eh?
You could get a lot of guys in there and some other people too. But yeah, for the sake of for the sake of running out to
clarify that, Duke. What do you mean?
Well, sometimes maybe pick up a few other people on your way out to the local bush party.
Oh, I hope so.
Not necessarily your own buddies. Maybe you got some other friends.
Text 833-401-1440. Eddie, come on now,
Dude, you're funny, man.
And I sort of have to apologize on this because Canadian Finals Rodeo wrapped up on the
Oh,
weekend.
yes.
Nails texted at the CFR. It was all Canadians that were crowned as champions. Really not that common. A lot of times there are a few that are not. I totally agree. And Nails, you're bang on the nail here. We talked about it on Friday. I think after you left too, Eddie. It was too soon for me to get into the CFR. And I mean, you think about it. I watched a couple of news stories that I think it was even not a custom combining thing, but there's some land just outside of Edmonton. They had probably 10 combines going, and they raised money for whatever the charity is. And I think I saw like they had it in the Flying V, like 6-7 combines going.
Mm-hmm.
So the farmers are still going. The harvest is still going. Even if you're done harvest, you're probably, as Duke would, I think, agree and probably attest to, well, now you're making sure all your equipment is, you got to make sure everything is ready. You're in the shop, you're doing this.
Gotta get the hay in the barn.
And you did all of that. You would do it in October, and maybe you finished at the end of October. And then what did you do? And I here would be a great story. Maybe we should talk to Mike at Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. What would the farmers say? Okay, we had a little, you know what? I might go buy that truck. Let's go into town. We'll go.
Right.
We're going to go to the CFR. We're going to go to Farm Fair too. And then maybe, you know what? We're going to spend money here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the
Good
attendance
point.
was. I'm not sure, but it just, to me, it was so early. It was so hard to get into.
It was about what, a month, 6 weeks earlier than normal?
It was always around like Remembrance Day.
Mhm.
Remembrance Day it seemed would be one of the shows, and they would always dedicate it to, the soldiers would be out there, and they'd have a beautiful ceremony in the infield and have the spotlights on certain guys and things like that. So let's just call it 5 weeks earlier,
Yeah, I'd like to know how well drawn the attendance was.
But you're right, Nails, in the sense of the Canadian Cowboys. Clint Lay from, do you say Cadogan or Cadogan? Cadogan, Duke? I think a lot of people go, I've heard both. To be honest with you.
My first instinct would be Cadigan,
Yeah.
but I don't know the actual pronunciation. I'm not familiar.
Anyway, he won the CFR in bareback. And this is tough to do on the fly. I'm not even going to bother, to be honest with you. Scott Gunther, I believe, out of Provost, won the steer wrestling, and we'll go over the course of this when Eddie's out of here. Ladies breakaway was, I believe, Lakota Bird. It's so hard to go through these on the fly, so I don't want to mess it up anyway. But
Yeah. You did good.
yeah. Anyway, like even the text coming in now about for the economy. Harry just texted in about, again, the people from the country come into town.
Totally,
and
man.
stay in town.
And when they come, they're doing their chores. Yeah,
they're spending the
big
dough
money.
that they.
I
just,
know. I talk to customers who will come in, and they'll come in, 3-4 times a year. But when they're coming in for a purpose.
Yeah,
they're bringing their change.
Little jingle in their jeans, as we used to call it back in the day, Eddie.
Got that Eddie walk, heavy pockets.
No, it would, like when you wear your jeans with your cowboy boots, they're so tight. You can't even get any jingle in your jeans, eh?
Yeah.
You probably got the Costanza wallet. It's so tight in there.
Those things are tucked.
Oh,
I bring that up actually quite often to different circles of friends, brought it up to the people of the wedding party out in BC. And it's quite amazing how universal it is, like how pathetic my look was.
Yeah.
Everybody said, like, that's a bad look. Everybody.
Marty Texan says the only way OEG would allow the CFR to come back to Edmonton and be in Rogers was if it was held before the regular season started. I don't know if I ever heard that before because it never made. They're going on the road here again in November. They're going on the road in October. I don't get where that ever came from, but I don't know. 833-401-1440. When we come back, we're going to go in or out with Eddie Steele. I haven't even looked at the big list here yet. Eddie, you have?
It's a good one.
It's a good one?
It's a good one.
Really?
Yeah, well done, Duke, brother.
Probably thought about it when he was at the wedding. Sitting there at the head table, writing it down on a napkin. Hey, Duke?
Yeah, there were a lot of things on my mind over the course of the wedding, and Monday morning's in or out topics were not one of them.
While you were there on the
I was
mic,
thinking, I was like, wonder what my next drink's gonna be.
Duke, I want to hear it right now before we go on to the break. While you're on the mic, I want to hear how you said, "You may now kiss the bride."
It was very standard. And it's because like you finished at the power vested in me by the government of Alberta. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss your bride. Nice. And then they did.
You
and
said
then
your bride, or
I was going to
your
say,
bride.
you said your
You
bride.
may now kiss your bride.
Nice.
I'm speaking to brides.
Very good.
That's nice. I like it.
What about the part where if anyone?
Yeah, so that legally doesn't actually have to be in there to ask if anybody there objects. You have to ask the bride and groom if there's any lawful impediments about why they can't be married. Technically, but I did it all pretty standard based on the template that they send you when you register for this sort of thing. So nobody, I think that as like a bit or whatever has maybe passed. It's not in
So
style
they don't.
anymore.
You don't have to say. Does anyone object?
Yeah, you don't legally have to say that part. The only two parts you legally have to say are the lawful impediment to the bride and groom, and then the actual like I do's. Like, do you take this person to be your lawful wedded husband, wife?
Right. Did they do it at yours? Like, did they say object?
No. It was all fairly
Just like
standard.
that?
It was kind of similar to Duke. It was a friend who did it.
Really?
Yeah. A young friend. So, yeah, it was nice, quick ceremony.
You were in and out like a
fiddler's elbow, baby.
When we come back, we're going to go in or out. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Eddie Steele on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, and even the old Insty.
Edmonton Elks Campus Clash is back, presented by Innova. October 11th versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, featuring $18 student tickets, food and drink specials, after party at Auburn's Ice District, and you could win a trip to Cancun. Tickets at goelks.com.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Fall in the savings at Wolf GMC Buick. For a very limited time, get 0% on every 2025 Buick and GMC, including the all-new Buick Envista, the Encore, Envision, and Enclave. For the GMCs, 0% on 2025s like the Sierra Half-Ton, Sierra HD, even the Yukons. Get 0% on all 2025s. Plus, get up to 84 months on the GMC Sierra Half-Ton Crew Cab. But like the leaves, these deals won't last long. Get into Wolf GMC Buick now.
Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
Yeah, can I get a...
Yes. A common reaction from a veggie lover. Always scanning, searching, longing. But wait, what is this we see? The new McVeggie. Now at McDonald's.
Getting in on the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer. Then sit back, watch the game, grip your chair, and high-five anyone nearby. Every bet is 100% legal with the chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Jason Greger isn't just a sports guy. He's a community builder. With over $2 million raised for local charities and his Greger Foundation, he's making a difference on and off the air. Check out Greger weekday afternoons on Sports 1440.
Michelle and Colette are sisters. Sisters who don't agree on much, especially when it comes to which hockey team is the best.
Edmonton is the best, baby. Vancouver's #1.
Even when it comes to meat snacks from Wilhawks.
I love the Harris Wiener. The ham sausage rules.
But they will agree
Wilhawk beef jerky is the best.
it might just be the only thing Alberta hockey fans can agree on.
Others can try to imitate, but no one can duplicate Wilhawk beef jerky. Only available in Leduc. Get yours today because you don't win friends with salad.
Groceries, mortgage payments, family holidays, a new car.
That's what profit shares look like for Vision Credit Union members. Each year, we return about 75% of our profits, $35 million last year, to the people who bank with us. Because at Vision Credit Union, when you're an owner, you get your share. Why not get yours? Learn how at whatsyourshare.ca. That's whatsyourshare.ca.
Can an energy provider make you feel carefree? We think so, because who doesn't like to be surrounded by good energy? Great rates always. Gimmicks never. Perks that reward your loyalty and energy experts who know what's what. Carefree just feels good. Encore by EPCOR, your carefree electricity and natural gas provider.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll free.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Sports Select. Get in on the action with hockey. Bet on the original at sportselect.com. 100% legal. Must be 18 plus. Please play responsibly.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
Oh, does that bring back memories for you, Eddie? And you were
Playoffs.
Playoffs, yeah. Playoffs. Man, it was on. And then after the second round, I believe, they went to something else.
It was going ham. What was it, Connor, like walking down the street or something?
Wow, it was just, but I mean, every commercial, I mean, it was like 50 times a night.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. I have been texting 833-401-1440. Eddie's jeans are so tight, you can see the year of the quarter in his pocket.
That's not all you can see.
That's terrible.
That was an easy one. That was a layup for
me. Coach L, you may now kiss your cousin. Oh boy, yeah.
Hey, I'll defend it. There's some fresh blood in. Fresh blood is the bride Robin, her and her family from Kinsella area, out kind of by Viking there, east of the city here. I-14. So some fresh blood into the community. Always love to see it.
Yes,
always
exactly. The Kevin Karius Show is presented by Sports Select. It's so easy to play Sports Select. All you got to do is visit sportselect.com, generate the QR code, or check in the how to play videos. That'll be even easier for you to get things going in a step-by-step guidance. Sportselect.com, 100% legal. You got to be 18 years plus. Please play responsibly. Time now for Are You In or Out? All right, Duke, let her buck.
Big weekend for the Toronto Blue Jays, leading the American League Divisional Series against the Yankees 2-0. Some records set in terms of home runs scored. Trey Savage, 22-year-old rookie, just his fourth career start in the major leagues. Of course, his first playoff one by implication as well. The primary story coming out of it, and I get all the reasoning. I'll hear them. I will acknowledge them. He was taken out of the game too early. Just 5 1/3 innings, hitless baseball up to that point. The pitch count was not high. I was just looking for the final numbers.
78.
78. He only faced 18 batters. That's twice through the order. The reason, and in the exact moment that they pull him out, I'm not really against it. It's what follows. It's what ensues when you see each of Brule, Fisher, Lauer, Nance, and Fluharty each only pitch a third of an inning. Now, I get it. You get a day off. You want to keep your bullpen fresh, so you're not necessarily leaving guys out there to battle through. But, like, Why not at least see him start to slip a little? I'm not saying you got to wait till he gets back-to-back bombs put over his set over the fence and kind of spoil the great day or anything. But the pit, you want him to be available for Game 5? There's not going to be a Game 5 in this series.
You don't know that.
Well, the Jays, you think, you know what? I think we're going to lose the next 2 in New York. So let's make sure we have Trey Savage available. It's the same logic that went into playing Kevin Gausman the final day of the regular season. Don't want to save him for a wild card series. We want to bypass the wild card series. Exact same method here. Why are you planning for a Game 5 when you should be expecting to not play a Game 5?
You want to go first, Eddie?
Yeah, I'll be out. I think that for the exact reasons that Kevin and Lowtide mentioned earlier in the program, just less time seeing the batting rotation, less time seeing him through familiarity, especially with that release point. It's not like it's a secret or anything, but with where the game was at and how they had the lead, it was a good time to move on from him, get him out while he's still feeling good, still feeling high, and he doesn't have to go through that lineup as much.
Yeah, I'm going to be out as well. And we discussed this earlier off the top. I think it was the right call. Again, several reasons here. Okay, pitch counts at 78. I don't think that there's going to be a Game 5, but you never know. And he's going to be your starter in Game 5. You give the Yankees less looks at the guy as he's going through the lineup one more time. I would bet anything that John Schneider's sitting on the bench going, you know what, just get a fluky hit here. To be honest with you, that hit that was to Vladdy and they gave an error, count that as a hit. So we don't even have to talk about a no-hitter here. But 78 pitches. So what if he struggles a little bit, Duke, and then he gets to 90? Now what are we looking at? And he ended the 6th inning. What are we looking at? If the score was 5-0, 4-0, then you're leaving him in. But the score dictated.
I think I disagree.
No,
I think the fact that game, you have the game. So if he does give up 2 hits in the 6th inning, and all of a sudden now there's a couple guys on, maybe the part of the lineup coming up, obviously it's the third time through in the heart of their lineup, then you say, all right, let's hit the pen. But if he keeps rolling, you have some wiggle room.
No, I'm going to be sold on this one, Duke. Again, it was the right call. The manager made that decision, and he knew he wasn't finishing the 6th inning, but he wanted to get him out there to have a standing ovation leaving the hill. And then he came back and tipped his cap, had the curtain call. That's another. They love that. The place was electric. There's when it's 12-0, you don't need him in there. There's no reason. Plus, again, with the day off and all the guys, yes, they all got lit up. Brule got lit up. Lauer got lit up. Nance got lit up. Fluharty. Again, you said a third of an inning between all of those guys. They faced a lot of hitters. The game, it's 12-0 Duke when they pull them.
I'm not saying I want him to go in there and try and pitch a no-hitter, like get through 9 innings, but it was 18 hitters exactly twice through the order.
You got to think too, Duke, though. This is a guy, look where he was last year and think about where he was playing college ball. And now he was from A. This isn't a guy whose arm is ready to keep pitching, throwing 100 pitches, and they might need him for 3 more starts here. They might need him for 3 more, maybe even more than that right now, because we've talked about it. He might be their best starting pitcher right now. So they might need him in 2 games in the league championship series. They might need him for 2 more in the World Series if they get that far. It made no sense to keep him in. Keep the pitch count. Let him and go out again. You're feeling so good about yourself. You just hit the Yankees for 5 1/3.
Yeah.
I just would have liked to see him try and get out of the 6th. Just get through the 6th. That's what I was hoping for. And like I said off the start, in the moment I actually thought it was okay, but then you see all your bullpen guys come in and just get absolutely blown up. It's like, all right, well, what was the point? What was the point? We had to run through way more pitchers than we needed to anyway. Another 20 pitches, 2 batters at most. I think it could have been played differently. But hey, the Jays get a big win, and now just have to win one of the next 3 to advance through to a championship series for the first time since 2016.
Got to just interrupt to announce a contract extension. Wayne Gretzky, multi-year extension with TNT.
Yeah.
Got him.
Secure in the bag.
Well played, Kev. Over to the NFL. Lots of lopsided results yesterday across the board, particularly in the early slate. Some good finishes. When the Panthers coming back against the Dolphins. Eagles blow one late against the Broncos. However, it's only week 5. I'm sick of it. The Cincinnati Bengals, sorry, Josh, number 1. I'm calling it for the whole season. Wow. They are the biggest bummer of the NFL season. Full stop.
Well,
I'm so far out.
I am too, out again.
Baltimore Ravens.
Again, Eddie, yes.
This is a Super Bowl contender. People are saying this is their year.
Yeah.
And what are they? 1-4.
Ooh. If your Vikings don't get a late touchdown, they're in the basement.
Yeah.
They are in the basement.
Hypotheticals, they got it. What do you mean? Like, why are you trying to drag me down?
Baltimore would be in the basement. They still are in the basement with
that's
Cleveland.
Tough, man. Tough. Biggest disappointment by far.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I'll say. I agree the Ravens are the larger disappointment, but when you think about it, like Lamar, he's only going to be out maybe a week or two. They got the bye coming up. Yes, the defense sucks, but I like watching the Bengals and watching Jake Browning, who they seem to be content letting continue to be the starting quarterback. It's terrible. Like, they are depressing to watch. This great stat yesterday at one point of the game before they tacked on some garbage time points was that Jamar Chase had 4 receptions in the game and 3 tackles.
Oh,
when your star wide receiver, highest paid in the league, has as many tackles as receptions, and all 3 were obviously after the picks. They're a bummer. Chase Brown, who a lot of people had high hopes for, Canadian, we're rooting for him. He's had a terrible start to the year. The defense still sucks. The Bengals, like, get him off my TV. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I think they have 5 more primetime slots this year.
Tough.
How about it? Like, think if you're a New York football fan, you got 1 win between 10 games between your 2 teams. Just come on.
It's tough.
Come on now.
Yeah, New York sports fan yesterday. Yeah. Tough day. The Yankees, obviously, and then even the Bills, the only team that actually plays in New York in the NFL, they lose 2 on Sunday Night Football. So tough day to be a New York state resident. Tonight, Monday Night Football going between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. KC -3.5. They're on the road, but that I don't care. I'm taking them. That's the play for tonight's contest. It's your pick, Kev, by the way.
Yeah.
We both lost. So
know,
we go 1-1, but it's because we both missed.
You know what? I had to set the line for Old Man Baker.
Okay.
And I set the line at -5.5. And he didn't bite. He still took Jacksonville. So I was happy about that. So I'm gonna be in on this one. Line at 3.5. KC on the road is the play. I'm going all KC all night on this one.
I'm with Old Man Baker, baby. You already know I said Jacksonville early in the show.
Yeah.
They're taking it tonight.
They are.
Oh, yeah. Not points. They're winning. Money line. Outright.
Come on, Eddie.
Winning.
Come on now.
Winning. Come on now, buddy.
Come on now. Yeah, I'm kind of with Kevin when I look at Jacksonville so far this year. They've been drastically improved, but their wins have come against the Panthers, who we know are not very good still, but frisky. They lose to the Bengals, who suck. And then they beat the Texans, who maybe still suck. They just played 2 really bad teams in a row, and then a really banged up Niners team, right? So I'm not necessarily sold on the Jags yet. And I think the Chiefs are maybe hitting their stride a little bit. We know Andy Reid has a track record of slower starts with teams he's coaching. So I think the Chiefs continue to roll a little bit. Pat Mahomes, prime time, he lives for it. Over to the Oilers. Some roster decisions ahead of Wednesday's season opener, largely paper transactions at this point, but there are more bodies than spots available for an opening night roster against the Flames. So I'm saying Noah Philp and Alec Regula will both be playing in the lineup come Wednesday evening.
Yeah, I'm going to be in on this one, and you can add on the other 3 guys as well. So when you talk about Savoy, Tomaszek, and Ike Howard, you're going to have 5 guys. And, again, Speck touched on, Regula, is he a rookie? Well, he's older guy. He's played 20 games in the NHL. He's been around a while. Hasn't played for a whole year, though. So, yeah, and I think he'll be partnered up with Darnell Nurse to start with Jake Wallman not available. And I will say yes. Both guys will be in the opening night lineup.
Yeah, likewise, Duke.
Finally, our good friend Eddie back from a jetaway holiday just to BC. Like you said, Eddie, short flight, doesn't take very long. But if you're maybe heading somewhere a little further away, I think 2.5, 3 hours, call that a more standard flight if you're in Edmonton going places, whether it be out to Toronto, a number of places across the United States. That's the, given flight time.
For sure.
Head further south to Mexico and places, you're creeping into 3.5, 4. But the point remains, if you're tasked with choosing just one item to bring on a 2.5, 3-ish hour flight, just get one, whether you can choose to do with it or what purpose it serves to your own need. But I think it's very simple. You're bringing your headphones and calling it good. They serve multi-functions.
Go ahead, Eddie. You're the world traveler here.
Yeah, the more you think about it, like we're already going to have a device, right? Our phone is already going to be on us. So,
really?
Yeah, typically.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree, Eddie. Like your phone, you're carrying that everywhere, no matter what.
So for sure, the headphones. For sure, I would say iPad, but the iPad's useless if you don't have the headphones to
Not
be
to
able
play
to
it
watch
out
a
loud.
movie. Yeah, don't want to be that guy. So
Now-
I'm in on that, Duke, for sure.
What about if you are? Is this if you're traveling alone? Because did you travel alone on the way home?
Yep.
Okay. Now, if you're traveling alone, well, I might agree with you, but if you're traveling with someone else, I think it's a deck of cards, and
What?
Oh yeah,
You're playing cards
Oh.
on the pull-out tray?
Yeah, a deck of cards,
Come
or
on,
yes, like a crib board. I don't know if that's two things, but come on now.
Needs to get into this decade, Duke.
Why?
Oh boy.
Enjoy yourself. Don't just be sitting there with your headphones on. Notice things around you. Talk to someone beside you.
Yeah, see, that's exactly where I'm
Yes.
coming in here, where I'm passing. I don't want to talk to whoever's sitting beside me on the plane. It's
depending on who it is. Stop it.
Yeah, maybe.
Duke, if there was a very attractive 29-year-old woman.
How do I know
sitting
how old
besi-
she is?
Well, I'm just saying, 'cause
Have
she's
you ever
in your wheelhouse.
gamed anyone on an airplane?
No.
No, that's a
Not
lie.
my style.
No, not your style.
my
Have you,
style.
Duke?
What you think is my style?
Yes.
No.
I have once.
What do
Did
you
it
call
work?
Gamed?
Yeah,
like,
spit some game.
What would the kids
female
what would the
next to
kids
you.
say, Eddie? You rizzed her up?
I nothing came of it, but it was actually coming back from the CFL Combine from
Really?
Toronto. Yeah, young buck Eddie just living high, just killed it at the Combine. A couple brewskis in me and couldn't stop me.
And Eddie, you bring up a good point about like maybe like an iPad or your laptop or something, but there's risk there, right? Like battery life. You don't, especially if you're trying to watch some video. If you're trying to stream something, most planes have Wi-Fi now that you have to pay for, and then it still sucks. The Wi-Fi is still terrible on the plane. So you have your phone. Usually you can have music downloaded on that. That's very simple to do. Or how about this? Even if you don't, you just put your headphones in so nobody talks to you and they leave you alone. And you can just close your eyes, catch a few Z's. I like to look out the window if possible on takeoff and landing, see what's happening. See what's happening.
That was the cutest thing you've ever said.
Takeoff and land.
Well, you're in two different places. You want to get a view of the scenery.
That was so Delburne.
Okay.
I love you, dude.
Oh yeah, here I am landing in
love
Cancun,
you.
Mexico, where I've never been before. I don't want to take a look at the coast as I'm flying
No,
down.
Duke, we all do it. Just you're such a little cutie. The way you said it.
Unbelievable.
Little country boy.
I was surprised maybe you didn't say like a pillow, Eddie, like a little neck pillow or something.
Yeah, those are critical. I do wake up with that crooked, broken neck quite often.
Can you sleep well on a plane? Or not?
Not bad, actually. On the way out, I was like half asleep, music was playing, but like I was kind of in, kind of out, and I made this big, and the woman next to me, I woke myself up, and the woman next to me was just staring. It was so funny, man.
How about this, Cole the plumber on our way to Vegas last year. We had a huge crib tournament and like 30 people in it.
That's cool.
See?
It's like a team.
What? Vegas is like a 2-hour flight.
It's a party too.
Wow.
People are. That's a different type of flight too.
Jordan says you obviously didn't ask her how to wear cowboy boots, Eddie.
Oh no, definitely not.
That will be going down in infamy.
That was like I said. It's universal. The way people look at me with just how stupid could you be? Universal.
That must have been a new feeling for you. not one you've experienced before. Because
Oh,
normally when you see people staring at you, it's because like you're thinking, wow, everyone here is really impressed with me physically as a specimen.
Well, that's the thing. It was such a oxymoron because I had a nice tight shirt looking all jacked up top and my jeans were all tight and tucked into my boots.
Eddie
it didn't make sense.
And they were tight jeans, right?
Yeah.
Eddie, I'd forgotten about this, but I feel like I have to be very forthright with you. So at this wedding, we talked about on Friday, like it was we're boots and jeans for the bridal party. And as like kind of a joke during pictures and to mostly rile up the groom, when we all came out, we had our jeans tucked into our boots.
Oh, really?
And I did drop it. I was like, who are we? Eddie Steele?
Yeah.
To Eddie.
I love it. I love it.
I'm such
How bad did you feel?
Did I feel?
Yeah.
What,
like,
calling you out like that?
No. Did it feel weird having them tucked?
No, because it's like it's not uncomfortable or anything. It's just like it's funny and it was a joke. And listen, who among us that wears cowboy boots on a semi-regular occasion that when you stumble out of the trailer, whether it be to take a leak in the middle of the night or maybe walk around in the campsite in the morning, and you're a little hung. That's how you're styling them. They call that the bull rider tuck because of implications that come with that. The next day or morning after or something. So it's we've all done it. I'm not saying I haven't, but it's not like you go out like that.
I can't even read the text.
Nah, you need to, please.
From Lindsay?
Yes.
With your tight jeans and stuff?
Please.
Hey, Eddie, is that a half roll of certs in your pocket? Sorry, buddy.
And that's a full thing of Mentos.
Stop it. Chad texting, boys, I chatted up a girl on a plane in college to Phoenix. I was 21. I waited her to fill in the date of birth on her customs form.
Oh, filthy.
Before asking her for her number. She was older than me. Did not work out. She was looking at mine as well. Well,
Nice. I
it's
like it.
creepy.
You're super creepy. I like that.
What's on the go this week for you, Eddie?
Man, just typical week.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the
You got
norm. Getting our kitchen renoed, so
are
the
you?
house is kind of chaotic right now.
What's going on there? You're getting like what?
Little facelift.
Like new appliances or something? Or what?
Cupboards and counter, everything.
Sink?
Yep.
Is there going to be an island in there?
Yeah, well, there already is, but
okay.
getting new, little bigger,
Little
extended.
different top on it?
Oh,
like
yes.
Granite or
so
something?
you know it, man.
Wow,
It's
Eddie.
Significant.
Things are shaping up. Looking good for
Hey,
Eddie.
AM radio, baby. We're doing it.
Well, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
That's a
so
big
it's
project.
it is a big project.
Yeah.
So it's all tore up. So
Wow.
yeah, all the dishes, everything is just out of place.
J-Dog goes, is there a picture of Eddie in his tucked in pants anywhere? Oh, yeah, it's out on the internet.
Well,
J-Dog.
not the full me. I would never put my face behind it, but there's
just the boots.
just the boots and the jeans.
Oh.
Too much of a coward to put my name behind it, my
there you
face.
go. Well, have a good week. We'll talk to you on Friday. We're
I'll
off
see you
next
Friday.
Monday.
Yeah, man. So Friday will be a
Thanksgiving.
big party.
Friday's going to be good because we'll be previewing the Saturday game, 5:00 kickoff.
Let's treat
So-
it like school, and let's have a
What's
little
that?
Halloween party.
Why?
Remember school parties?
Yeah, but
Because they're gonna have the day off on Monday.
well, they got the day off today.
What? No, us, Kevin.
Oh,
us, man.
so you want to have Friday?
Yeah, have
Well,
Friday.
why don't we
Do
have
a little
like,
party?
Well,
A little office party.
I thought you're
Yeah,
talking
you're
about
right.
Halloween.
Kids, unfortunately, kids don't have the day off, but yeah, they're forced out, man.
Well,
Ooh, it's
they're
tough.
off. They would have been off next Monday anyway.
That's strike, man. That's a bugger. That's a bugger for a lot of families, boy.
Yeah.
Like a serious monkey
What
in
do
the
you
plans.
do? Like what's?
Well, today we have some childcare because my mother-in-law was still
Oh,
up
yeah.
from the weekend. But fortunately, like Stephanie, she's full-time at home. But families who have both parents 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
like, you're hooped, man. Like you're screwed because someone's got to be around to watch the kids. And like childcare is all spoken for. You can't just hire a babysitter to work on a Monday or a Tuesday. Like it's a tough
Well,
situation.
I mean, you got to think about how it was. I mean, 5 years ago, people were working from home. So it's the same thing that's going to be happening right now. So,
yep. That's the
good stuff, Eddie.
All right, boys.
Good luck with your big week here, and
Thank you. Good luck to you too.
good luck.
You
yeah.
gonna play it all this week? Or did you play yesterday?
Played yesterday.
Did
yeah.
it just chew you up?
No, I was okay actually.
What, 98?
No, I think I was 88.
Not bad.
Might have been 87, but I was no 85.
No, you're chasing it.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good weather. Well, we had an hour and a half frost delay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we didn't get off till
Ooh.
11:30.
Oh, so
by the
it's
time-
really
yeah.
coming.
Yeah, but this week is outstanding. So there's some
Tomorrow's a heater.
opportunities to get out to the ranch and maybe get one more round in, Eddie. Get that
trying.
little 85, baby.
All right, boys.
Good throw, Eddie. Thanks, man. That's our co-host on Mondays and Fridays from 7 to 9:05, Eddie Steele, Grey Cup champion from 2015, all-decade team with the Double E. And again, the Double E home to Winnipeg this Saturday, 5 o'clock kickoff. I don't think the weather's looking so hot for that game, but we'll see what happens. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, we will check in with Mike DeRocco from ESPN, covers the Jacksonville Jaguars. Also, Nick Olczyk from the Utah Mammoth in the 10 o'clock hour, and Connor Halley from Fantasy Frenzy in the Jason Greger Show. Before all that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by First Round. And maybe we'll give away a $50 gift certificate again today for First Round. You could win an NFL jersey tonight at both locations. Plus, you get 50% off boneless wings. That's First Round, Edmonton's NFL headquarters right here at the mall that has it all, or on 104th Avenue. Here is Sam, the record man.
The Sports 1440 update.
Big win for the Blue Jays yesterday as they take game 2 of their series with the Yankees, 13-7, with Trey Yesavage having a historic outing with 5 1/3 innings pitched of no-hit baseball with 11 strikeouts. In the other ALDS matchup, the Mariners tie up the series with a 3-2 win with Jorge Polanco homering twice. In the NHL, the San Jose Sharks have acquired Ryan Ellis and a 2026 sixth-round pick for Carl Grundstrom and Artem Guryev. Ellis has not appeared in an NHL game since the 2021 season while dealing with a career-threatening back injury. The Boston Bruins are planning to retire Hall of Famer Zdeno Chara's number 33. Chara played 123 games during his 14 seasons in Boston, winning a Stanley Cup in 2011. NFL Week 5 yesterday sees the Broncos take down the Eagles 21-17. Houston routs the Ravens 44-10. The Commanders take down the Chargers 27-10, and the Patriots give the Bills their first loss as they take a narrow 23-20 victory in Buffalo. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll be joined by Mark DeRocco from ESPN covering the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
You'll see us digging holes. No, we're not looking for buried treasure. You'll see us digging trenches as well. And no, we're not building a fort. We're GS Construction, and you'll see us in neighborhoods throughout the Edmonton area. So what are we doing? GS Construction provides rehabilitation and upgrade services to Edmonton and surrounding communities. Some of our underground utilities have served us for years and are past their useful lives. We replace them, so they're around for years to come. Find out more at gsconstruction.ca.
Whoa, who turned off all the lights? Experience the new charcoal menu at Booster Juice.
Charcoal menu?
Introducing the Eclipse Smoothie, Blackout Booster Mixer, and Midnight Booster Ball.
Where's that voice coming from?
Dark and delicious, made with activated charcoal.
Can we please turn the lights back on?
Sorry, I'm just excited about the new charcoal menu.
Wow, that is good.
Right? Available now, only at Booster Juice.
Carve out for a cause at the Jason Greger Pizza Pig Out, presented by GS Construction. Thursday, November 6th at the Canadian Ice House, indulge in unlimited pizza from amazing local pizzerias while you help raise some dough for kids' sport. Then vote for your favorite slice to help crown the People's Choice Award winners. Tickets to join Edmonton's biggest and best adult pizza party are just $30. Head to jasongregerpizzapigout.com for more details and to buy tickets.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Looking for the perfect used ride? Now's the time. Drive away for a
as little as $25 bi-weekly. Go Auto has over 7,500 used vehicles in stock with something for everyone. From budget-friendly cars and road trip-ready SUVs to powerful work-ready trucks. With around 70 locations across Canada, your next vehicle is closer than you think. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or buying for the first time, we've got the right ride at the right price. But don't wait. These deals won't stick around forever. Start shopping today at goauto.ca.
A veteran of the Edmonton sports scene for over 3 decades, the Kevin Karius Show, powered by Sports Select.
Bet on the original at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 9/11. Quick little segment. We'd like to keep Eddie a little longer on Mondays and Fridays, just to, because we enjoy his company so much. But we got Mike DeRocco from ESPN coming up at 9:20. We'll preview that Jacksonville and Kansas City Monday night football game. Text 833-401-1440. MTR says, the Jags have a top 5 defense this year, 11 takeaways in 4 games. Jags win outright. Eddie is on the money. Eddie money, baby. Where did we go back to Friday? Where MTR said that it was a lock for Cleveland to beat Minnesota. I believe that was exactly what MTR said. Cleveland is a lock to beat Minnesota Sunday morning because we were talking about that. Okay. I'm kind of happy about that. 833-401-1440. RBS texted in, and I think, you know what, RBS, I wouldn't mind if you called in the 940 segment. RBS texted in and says, I did the red eye into Toronto yesterday for the game. Flew back last night after the game. Absolutely exhausted, but so worth it. What an atmosphere. Let's go, Jays. So I think we're going to try to get RBS. If you want to call in, same number, RBS, and call in at, 9:45-ish, something like that. And we'll just shoot the breeze about what it was like to be in Toronto, to be inside Rogers and to feel the excitement, the atmosphere. Shoot us off a text if you're willing to do that, RBS. It'll just take like 5 minutes of your time. But I know several other people that were going, but I don't know if they just went in for like the red eye for the one game. Also, we were discussing with Brent Sake on Friday, my buddy Brent Sake. He's going to New York. He's flying in today for game number 3 tomorrow. He's taking his son, Jesse, and they're going to the game 3, Yankees and Blue Jays. So that would be pretty cool for sure. 833-401-1440. Nail says, islands in the kitchen should be outlawed. Wow. Doesn't like the islands. Nails, I thought you'd be an island kind of guy. Blair says, speaking of cribbage, I'm not a fan of the game because I do not like getting pegged. Oh, pegging is where it's at. It's where it's at. So, Duke, are you feeling all right, though? Because we're going to talk, we'll yak it up with you after Mike DeRocco at 9:20, but it's been a long weekend for you.
Very long, quite tired. I'm really looking forward to a nap when I get home today, and then some, great baseball games on with the NLDSs, Monday Night Football. Yeah, I need to kind of just catch up a little bit here.
Well,
I was out. I got home for essentially most of the fourth quarter last night. Kind of was watching the start of the second half in the locker room and stuff as we were having our post game beer, but I was having a hard time keeping the eyelids open, even though it was only 8:30, 9 o'clock or so. Yeah, I was fighting it pretty hard.
Brad texted in too and called me a very bad name. And I said, Brad, why? And he said, well, you tricked me with that extension when I said, I'd like to announce an extension.
Right.
Wayne Gretzky, TNT. And he thought we were talking about something else. 833-401-1440. Hopefully RBS gets back to us. I sure would love to get you on just to talk about the atmosphere, and maybe you got time from whatever you're doing here on a Monday morning. When we come back, we will check in from Mike DeRocco from ESPN. It's the Monday Night Football game, Jacksonville Jaguars, Kansas City Chiefs. That's coming up right after the break. Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440. We're presented by Sports Select. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, FB, and Insta.
You've probably heard the term supply and demand. Something is needed and someone supplies it. We're GS Construction, and we're in the supply and demand business with you. Edmonton and the surrounding area continue to grow. Infrastructure has to be continually replaced and upgraded to keep up with demand. You see it with new buildings and new roads, but what about below ground, where all sorts of pipes bring you water and take wastewater away? That's where we come in. For more on what we do, go to gsconstruction.ca.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. I'm super excited to tell you today that we have fed over 250 families so far with our Feed 500 Families event. With that said, we are still short of our goal. We have decided to continue this on through to the end of October. With your help and your support, we can get this done. Please stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the move, you're never more than a tap away from Sports 1440. Download the radio player or iHeart app today so you can get all access anytime to Edmonton's only sports radio station, Sports 1440.
Getting in on the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer. Then sit back, watch the game, grip your chair, and high-five anyone nearby. Every bet is 100% legal with the chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Canada, Crave is now the exclusive streaming home of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Let me hear you if you want to win. 2 of the most iconic game shows in television history.
You never know what's going to happen around here.
Stream new seasons next day on Crave.
I'm excited already.
Plus, dive into a massive library of classic episodes, which include Canadian legend Alex Trebek.
Answer. Daily Double.
Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the 2 best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Sports Select. Get in on the action with football. Bet on the original at sportselect.com. 100% legal. Must be 18 plus. Please play responsibly.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 9:20 in Edmonton. And time now for the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge. The biggest sale of the year is on right now and includes all new 2025 Jeep Compasses. They're Jeeps. What more do you want? The 4x4s. They got the 8.4-inch touchscreen keyless entry starting at $34,900 only at the stalbertdodge.com. As we welcome back Mike DeRocco from ESPN, covers the Jacksonville Jaguars and the NFL. Morning, Mike. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me. How's everybody doing?
We're looking forward to this Monday night game after a wild weekend, week 5 in the NFL, as we saw so many crazy scores and comebacks and things like that. But for tonight's game, Mike, I mean, I don't think many people would have said at the start of the season after week 5 that the Colts and Jaguars could possibly be tied for top spot in the AFC South. I mean, this is just crazy to think of how this division is kind of flip-flopped. Maybe just your thoughts on how things have gone in the AFC South so far.
Yeah, as surprising as it is that the Houston Texans have gotten off to the bad start, we did know that offensive line was going to be a problem, and that has been their main issue. To me, the biggest surprise is how well Daniel Jones has played. Mm-hmm. And Shane Steichen has done a fantastic job of getting really, really good play out of the kid. And that's the reason. I mean, they've scored 40 points in 2 of their last 3 games. They're pretty much unstoppable offensively. I never expected that, we're looking forward to week 17, week 16, whatever it is, where that Colts-Jaguars game could potentially be for the division title.
Mm-hmm. When you look at tonight's tilt, the Jaguars have a really, really good defense. After an 0-2 start, Kansas City seems to be coming on a little bit, figuring things out. Just what do you make of this matchup generally tonight, Mike?
Yeah, the Jags defense done a fantastic job forcing turnovers, league high 13. That's a pace that you just don't expect to keep up. But they are doing a lot of the things that result in turnovers. They're swarming to the ball. They're punching at the ball. They're ripping at the ball. But the Kansas City Chiefs have turned it over only once. And to me, the key to this game is not going to be that. It's going to be limiting the crazy big plays that Mahomes makes, because he's going to make 2 or 3 of those plays where you think you've got him caught in the pocket. He runs out, he rolls to his right, he throws back over his left, or he flips an underhand pass, or he does something crazy, and it ends up with a big play with the Chiefs. So you have to limit that, because if you don't, no matter how well you play, you're going to get burned. And I think if the Jags can keep Mahomes from making 2 or 1 of those plays, I think they've got a chance, because this is an offense that can really run the ball, and the Chiefs have not done a real good job of stopping the run. So that's going to be where the Jags attack them. But, it's hard for me to sit there and see them limiting Mahomes, because nobody really has. So, I would probably pick the Chiefs to win in a close one.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people think it's going to be a tight one tonight. Good points. Mike DeRocco from ESPN, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. Maybe one of your more recent articles on ESPN just regarding Travis Hunter and how he's sort of evolved in the early 5 games here, or 4 games, I guess. But what have you seen how he's sort of kind of getting more and more, like, from dipping his toes into the pool to maybe taking more of a step forward here with this team?
Yeah, he has big playability on both sides of the ball. And, they started him out on offense because that was a tougher area for him to learn. He's not really a natural receiver. He's more of a corner. He's probably, if you polled most people, they would probably say he's probably an elite corner. But he's going to have to make some plays on offense. There's been some times where he's unsure where he's supposed to go, some lineup issues. But let's be honest, it's a huge ask to ask this kid to come in and learn both sides of the ball, do it at the NFL level, and do it as a rookie. Yeah. So, there's a lot of people around here going, geez, they wasted the pick. They blew the pick. I would just say, let's not make a rash judgment on this kid. We saw in the last couple of games, he's got that ability to make a play on offense. And the more comfortable he gets, the more that he'll be able to make those kind of plays. So he's not been helped by the fact that Brian Thomas Jr. has not gotten off to a good start. Yeah. The pass game itself has not gotten off to a good start, 10 drops, which is the most in the league. But if they can kind of get those other things settled down, then I think we'll gradually see Travis Hunter make more plays on offense. And defensively, he's done a solid job.
Yeah. And I mean, I love when you say about his usage, 58% of offensive snaps, 38% of defensive snaps. So when you look at it, Mike, he's basically playing what a normal player would, and 100% when you add them up, that's half the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, their ideal snap count for him is in that 80 to 90 range. That's kind of where they wanted him to be. And he did that in weeks 2 and 3. It stepped down a little bit last week, but I expect it to be in that 80, 85 range going forward. And, there may be a couple of weeks, depending on the matchup and depending on how well he's playing and other injuries, which you have to take into factor, that he could be in the 100 snap range.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's pretty much where they want him, in that 80 snap range.
ESPN's Mike DeRocco, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. You mentioned Brian Thomas Jr., Mike. What is it that you've seen that he's got off to this slow start here?
He's had some trouble with drops. His hands haven't been great, and he had a few issues with that last year. I think he's in his head a little bit at this point. Last week, watching him catch the ball, you could see him completely concentrating on, there's the ball, catch it, cradle it, pull it in. It was almost like a slow process of the way you're kind of teaching a little kid to catch it. So it looked a little awkward. And I think once he maybe gets past that, I think we'll see the old Brian Thomas Jr. from last year making big plays down the field. But that's the other thing too. Like, he's had some opportunities to make some plays on the sideline and big giant catches in key moments, and he just hasn't been able to pull it down. And he's got to start making some of those as well, because if not, that offense really doesn't have a downfield threat.
As you said, Mike, do you think it's the 6 inches between his ears here mostly?
Yeah, he's in his head a little bit, and he hadn't had a great offseason. There was some frustration during camp because he and Trevor Lawrence were unable to hook up on a regular basis down there and in practice, and it just doesn't look right. And until he gets his head right, I think there's still going to be a little bit of a struggle. But it looked like last week he's starting to come out of it. And Trevor Lawrence has all the confidence in the world in him. I mean, he went to him on the critical play late in the game against Houston, and he made the reception. So you're seeing some signs. It's just got to get to the point where he's got his full confidence back.
Well, let's go right to Trevor Lawrence here, Mike. What have you thought of how he's played so far in the early going, especially after what we've seen in the past where there have been the injuries and inconsistencies? But what have you thought of him so far this year?
It's a lot like we've seen from him when he's been healthy before. He's missed some throws he should make, but he also makes some throws that you're like, whoa, not many guys are going to make that throw. Now, he's gotten the best protection in the league. He wasn't even touched last week against San Francisco. So his completion percentage needs to be better than it is. Now, he's been hurt by some drops there for sure. But, it's his fourth offense, and he's had to redo his entire footwork. They broke it down and built him up again. You've got a lot of factors going into that. So I say, don't, like with Travis Hunter, let's not, raise the verdict at this point right now that Trevor Lawrence isn't going to be any better than he is. I think if we're still seeing him play like this in November and December, then I think it's a problem. But, he's a streaky kid. If he gets hot, I think we saw that in the second half of 2022, he can really carry this team. And they're going to need him to do that tonight, to be honest with you. He's going to have to make big plays to beat the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Mike DeRocco from ESPN, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. We touched on the defense right off the hop here, Mike. And what is it about what's going on the front, on the defensive line? Also, Trayvon Walker, is he going to be good to go tonight, or what do you think?
I think he's going to play tonight. He'll have a cast on, but I'm not sure how much that's going to limit him. But he is a power rusher, and you kind of need both your hands for that. So we'll see how that goes. But I think some Trayvon Walker for this defense is better than no Trayvon Walker. But that defensive line has played much better than I anticipated. Josh Allen is getting a ton of pressure. He's just not finishing with sacks. But the interior defensive line has been much better than I anticipated, especially when it comes to playing against the run. They're in the top 10 in run defense in the NFL, which was a huge weakness for them last year.
Also, they've been able to, get the ball, turn the ball over. Are you surprised at the amount of times they've been able to, pick up a pick or a fumble or just even, the pressure that they've had? I think it's 7 sacks total, but maybe just touch on the amount of turnovers they've had so far.
Yeah, I am a little surprised by it because they had 9 all of last year. Devin Lloyd is playing the best football of his career. Was just the defensive player of the month in September. Kudos to Anthony Campanile for getting the best out of this kid because he looked like a guy that was probably not going to be back next year. But the big difference to me is they made some changes in that back end. They signed Jordan Lewis to play corner. They added Eric Murray to play safety. And what that's done is that has eliminated the busts, the coverage busts that you saw on a regular basis last year. They gave up, I think, more 30-yard pass plays than any other team in the league last year. And these guys have communicated better. They're making sure guys know where they're supposed to be. And when teams aren't delivering big plays against you, you're forcing them to drive down the field a little bit more. You have a little more chance to get those interceptions and those fumbles. So they've done a great job. And like I said earlier, they're doing the things that can cause those turnovers, swarming the ball, ripping at it and stuff like that. So it won't continue at the pace that it is, but I don't think we're going to see this defense all of a sudden go from forcing 13 in the first 4 games to forcing 4 over the next 6.
Is Jordan Lewis the leader in that defensive backfield, Mike?
I think so right now. Him and Eric Murray, but Lewis has been the guy in that locker room, in the secondary room, that's really sort of been the calming force on those guys. And he's played so well. He made plays regularly in camp. So you were just wondering, would it cross over into the regular season? And it has. And it's raising the level of play of Tyson Campbell on the other side. And it's really eliminated the Jaguars' biggest concern of, okay, who can we have on the outside in base defense? Because before it was either going to be Travis Hunter, Monteric Brown were possibilities. I think it would be unfair to ask Travis Hunter to be a starter on defense and play as much on offense. So Lewis has been fantastic at that one corner, and that's allowed them to rotate Hunter in a little bit. Monteric Brown being healthy and back now gives them another rotational player. So he's really solidified that back end.
Mike DeRocco from ESPN, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. How has Liam Cohen been able to pull all of this together so far in maybe a short period of time, Mike?
Yeah, that was the question. Would he be, he's a great play caller, very, very good offensive mind, but would he be able to lead sort of the group of guys? And they've absolutely just fallen under his spell, I guess is the way to put it. He preaches, from the moment he got here, he preaches physical and mental toughness. And that was a big weakness for this team. So when you preach it, when you follow through with it, guys follow you. You know what I mean? When you make a declaration and then you follow it up, then the guys trust you. And that's where they are right now. They trust Liam Cohen. The offense is still a little bit of a work in progress, but they talked about running the ball and that being their identity, and boom, they're 4th in the NFL in rushing. So he's been really, really a nice surprise, because you just never know with these guys that are head coaches for the first time. But the players love him. They play hard for him, and they respond to him. And that's all you can really ask for at this point.
Yeah, I think Travis Etienne said the other day, he's a fiery guy and they're sort of rallying behind him. I'm probably paraphrasing here, but I mean, is the offense just basically, rolling around and surrounding Etienne Jr. with, almost 400 yards so far and pretty prevalent in the passing game, Mike?
Yeah, they added a center in Robert Hainsey, who played for Liam Cohen last year in Tampa Bay, and Patrick McCarry from Baltimore. And those guys really sort of fixed the toughness level of the offensive line. Anton Harrison at right tackle has raised his level of play, been more physical. Same thing with Ezra Cleveland, the left guard. He came back. I thought, no way he wins a starting job, and he's been probably arguably their most consistent offensive line. And this has been a really, really good offensive line. So that's saying something. They're finishing blocks. They're creating space, which last year's offensive line really had trouble doing. And when you're doing that, you got a chance to run the ball really well. And that's what Etienne's taken advantage of. And he's a perfect fit for this offense. He's really good in the gap scheme and zone scheme, finding the crease. He's really good out of the backfield as a pass catcher. So he's been the thing that's made this offense really go.
Mike, thanks so much for your time this morning. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to this Monday nighter. And again, could be the Jags and Colts at 4-1 to lead the AFC South after week 5. It'd be crazy to think that.
It's unbelievable. Thanks for having me, bud.
Yeah, okay. That's Mike DeRocco from ESPN. Our game of the day brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where 2025 Jeep Wrangler 1500s have 0% financing for up to 72 months. Check them out at stalbertdodge.com. It's like a sauna in here now again, as Kramer would say, from when he was sitting in the sauna, technically. Doors closed. They're doing some work on a lot of with that power outage we had this morning here, I think a lot of people are just kind of going around the building and making sure everything is up to snuff, if you want to call it that. When we come back, special guest appearance by one of our listeners, RBS, who was at Rogers yesterday to watch game number 2. I mean, when you're going to sporting events, you never know. Like, okay, you're going to buy a ticket to whatever, but you always think, man, could you imagine if I buy a ticket and I'm going to go to game X, whatever it is, and something is going to pull me out of my seat? I mean, that's what you hope for. I mean, Oiler fans, when they go down and they want to see Connor McDavid play or Leon Draisaitl, that's what you want to be drawn out of your seat. You want to be entertained. I mean, I don't even know if RBS would have been in a seat when you think about everything that Yasevich did yesterday and Vladimir Guerrero and all the home runs. But we're going to get RBS to call in and give us his thoughts on what that experience was like yesterday at Rogers, just as a fan. That's coming up. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, X, FB, and Insta.
Wing Wednesday at First Round. Whether you're coming for the first round, the last round, or a few rounds in between, they've got you covered with half-price wings every Wednesday night. Half-price wings. Over 35 delicious flavors like Cajun salt and pepper, maple bacon, and Inferno wings. Now half price every Wednesday night. Wash them down with a cold pint of Canadian or Coors Light for only $5.75. Half price Wing Wednesdays at First Round in West Ed and now downtown. First Round, burgers, beer, sports.
Sleep is for the off-season. What off-season? Sports 1440 is live, loud, and locked 24/7. Oilers, Elks, Riverhawks, Stingers, Oil Kings. We've got your picks. Edmonton's home for sports is Sports 1440.
Groceries, mortgage payments, family holidays, a new car. That's what profit shares look like for Vision Credit Union members. Each year, we return about 75% of our profits, $35 million last year, to the people who bank with us. Because at Vision Credit Union, when you're an owner, you get your share. Why not get yours? Learn how at whatsyourshare.ca. That's whatsyourshare.ca.
Wendy's $4 gets you more than just a burger. It gets you a Dave's Single, made with a quarter pound of fresh, never frozen Canadian beef. All for just $4 at participating Wendy's. Taxes extra. But hurry, this deal ends October 26th.
I'm Rick Showers from Noble RV, and I want to explain how our operation works. You see, over at the new RV store, they take orders and try to sell them all by camping season, and sometimes they sell out early. Sometimes they're stuck with a few that just won't move, and maybe they take a couple of used ones on trade. At No Bull, it's a whole different ballgame.
You have inventory arriving all the time, right, Rick?
That's right, Bob. The RVs at No Bull are here on consignment. Folks choose to sell their RVs with us because the customers are already here.
And you specialize in used RVs.
Better believe it, Bob. The new RV stores are not that interested in used models. And nobody in Alberta has more quality used RVs than we do, not by a long shot. So if you want to sell yours fast, come to where the buyers are. And that's here.
And that's Noble.
NobleRV.ca.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 940 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you on Sports 1440. We're presented by Sports Select. And again, you know what? If you like the paper selection, you don't want to put it on your QR code and then you got to give your phone to whoever's at the local lotto spot retailer. Well, they got the slips there, so you can do it manually. You tick off the little boxes and you do it all that way. It's 100% legal. You got to be 18 years plus. Please play responsibly. Text line 833-401-1440. Scott texts in, I had a buddy whose WestJet flight got delayed yesterday in Edmonton 6.5 hours, and he missed the Jays game in Toronto. He was miserable. Can you imagine that happening? And that's why I guess you got to take the red eye like RBS did, as we welcome in longtime listener RBS to the show. Morning, RBS. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 to tell us a couple of tales about your little trip to Toronto.
Hey, no problem at all.
So you took the red eye on Saturday night?
Yeah. So actually, a buddy of mine, we were watching the game, and about third or fourth inning, we decided we were going to pull the trigger.
Wow.
And so we booked flights, bought tickets. I mean, at least saved money on the hotel. Didn't have to pay for that. So that's good. But yeah, it was quite the 24 hours.
So you left at what time? What time did you get there, and how much time did you have before game time?
So we left at about 1:10 a.m. on Sunday morning, and then we landed just before 7 a.m. In Toronto. And I actually had a buddy of mine who was in the area as well for the game, had an Airbnb, so we went there right away, and started having a couple and got ready for the game.
Yeah. Hey, on that plane ride, RBS, were you playing crib or did you have your headphones on?
Oh, I was sleeping for sure. As soon as we got on the plane, got quick couple hours of sleep because I knew it was going to be a long day for sure.
Yeah. So first pitch would be 4:08 Toronto time. What time did you get down to the park?
I think so. We actually went over. We had a reservation at the Pint for 1:45. So I think we walked into the park around 3:30ish.
Okay, perfect. So you get there, and where were your seats? And can we ask how much the tickets were?
Tickets actually weren't bad. We were actually sitting beside a guy who runs a ticket agency out of Toronto at the bar we were at. So they were about $240 per seat. We were pretty much up at the top, but we were right behind home plate. So it was a perfect view of Savage and everything. So.
Okay, so you get in your seats, you probably have a nice cold beverage, and I don't know, maybe you're having a dog or something, and Yasevich starts dealing. What was the atmosphere like at that point?
Oh, it was absolutely electric. I mean, I think we all kind of thought he had a chance to do something special just based on his first start against, or first start out, however many starts ago. But yeah, it was just unbelievable. The crowd, every pitch, it was just the crowd would just erupt, and it was something that I was glad that we pulled the trigger and went, and it was unbelievable.
I'm sure you've gone to Oiler games a few, or what, RBS?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was actually at a Cup final game this year, so I can kind of compare the atmosphere. But
yeah, so maybe give us that comparison from what you saw with the Oilers in Florida to what you saw yesterday.
Well, I think the atmosphere was probably next. They were pretty much similar. I mean, with the roof being open, the sound was obviously a little bit different, but the crowd was just absolutely rocking, and it was you could tell the difference between a playoff game and a regular season game, and it was compared to the Oilers games, I think it was pretty close in my opinion.
Man, that's so cool. We're speaking with RBS, listener to Sports 1440, and made the red eye and watched game number 2 yesterday. What about when Vladimir Guerrero hit the grand slam, RBS? What about the sound level and how that was like in there?
Well, I think the place was just ready to pop off. I mean, he comes to the plate, bases are loaded. I think it was almost expected. Like, we're all like, okay, he's got to do this. And sure enough, absolute bomb. And the place just absolutely went off. It was just, like I said, they were just waiting for it. So it was unbelievable. something that it was so cool to experience.
Yeah, and then even just the fact of, the other home runs. And I mean, you saw one earlier with Ernie Clement and George Springer and Dalton Varsho. Must have been just nuts.
Well, they got off to a quick start, which the crowd was just going from the start. So it was pretty much the perfect game to watch. Like, I don't think I could have asked for a better experience. And it's funny. It was actually my birthday yesterday, so that's why I kind of screw it. Let's just pull the trigger and do it. So.
What was the feeling when Trey Yesavage was pulled by John Schneider? Was there a lot of people saying, keep him in, or did they realize that maybe it was the right thing to do?
I kind of think it's funny when I was listening to Brandon Douglas earlier this morning about how he said it was like at the start it was like, I think it's okay, good move, and then once everyone kind of settled in and realized the situation and how almost he was hitless and whatnot, I think it was. At the time, no one really said anything, but you could definitely feel some people were definitely wanting to keep him in.
Mm-hmm. Were you thinking of maybe just staying out there and going to New York today and see Game 3 or what?
Oh, I wish I had to be at work this morning, but yeah. Well, maybe next time.
So you flew back. What time did you get back last night? And are you dragging your ass a little bit here this morning, RBS?
Oh, definitely moving slow. That's for sure. We got in at 1 o'clock this morning. Had a quick snooze quickly, and now I'm at just sitting in the parking lot of work here waiting to go in. So,
good stuff. Well, you and the Duke are kind of dragging your behinds here this morning, so nothing wrong with that. Hey, thanks for taking a few minutes just to express your, how this trip went for you and how much of a highlight it was for you. Pretty cool stuff that you made it out there, and like about a 24-hour round trip, got to see something that you'll be able to talk about for a long, long time. And also, thanks for listening to Sports 1440 RBS.
Absolutely, no problem at all. Thanks for having me on.
All right, that's RBS. Went to the baseball game. Took the red eye, 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Get there 7:30 or so, he says. Had a little nap on the plane. Get down to Rogers for 3 o'clock, 3:30. And then, just the fireworks begin right off the hop with Trey Yesavage and the 11 strikeouts and the grand slam from Vladimir Guerrero. Game number 3 tomorrow in New York. And it'll be on the hill. Shane Bieber up against Carlos Rodon. I don't know if our listeners at home can hear the fire alarm going off every 5 seconds here. They can, yes. It's starting to drive me absolutely wild. Plus the strobe light in here. Those guys that came in here to put the strobe light in for the fire alarm, it took them about 6 weeks to do it. Let me just say this. I wish it would have taken about 6 months to do it. When you're in the Duke, let's get in the Duke here, and you see all those, when they torture people, and they have the drip thing on the forehead.
Yeah.
That's how I feel that this is right now in here. Like it's that constant.
It's not pleasant. I also am really not enjoying this, given my current state. The flashing bright lights, the incessant, very annoying noise. It's tough, but we soldier on. We soldier on. Hey, we're not swinging hammers here, Kev.
Oh man, exactly. Yeah. 833-401-1440. So Duke, I want to make sure that our picks are correct here for tonight.
I have you in on the Chiefs.
I have the Chiefs.
-3.5.
-3.5. And is it 9-8 right now?
10-8.
10-8?
You lost yesterday morning. I lost last night.
I thought it was 8-7 going in.
No.
Are you sure?
It was 9-7. Then it was 10-7. Now it's 10-8.
We have to.
I
demand a recount.
I have the spreadsheet in front of me with all of the games, the records, who picked them, etc. So the numbers add up.
Here's a great point by Playbook Vic. Could you imagine if it's the Mariners and Jays in the ALCS? He also says he's going to be in Soyuz for holidays. Definitely going to a game in Seattle if it lines up. Okay, you know how it works when the Jays go to Seattle, Duke, in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you remember how it worked for the Boston Red Sox and their fans trying to get tickets in New York for the wild card.
Yes.
How you watch how many fans in Seattle and how, depending on what your area code number and you're trying to buy tickets, yada, 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 how that's going to be for Jays fans to get tickets in Seattle. What do you think happens?
It's a good question because and we've seen it in hockey. We've seen it in all sports, like that they limit ticket sales to basically the postal code or the zip code that you put in online when buying them. And if you don't have the right one, then you're kind of basically blocked. Like you hit the wall.
Vic says the VPN.
And there you go. That would be your way around it is kind of, I guess, I don't know if it's illegal or not, but yeah, you just change your location or where the internet thinks your location is based on your computer, and you might be able to get by it. But I also think it's whether it be the address you put in when you're actually buying the tickets or the GPS, the VPN of your computer, might be both. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that they.
What does VPN stand for, Duke?
You're asking the wrong guy that question. Josh?
No idea.
No idea.
Sam, the record man?
Not a clue.
Oh, good.
Team Dean texts in, the Jays are 2-0 and super excited, but Schneider's complete lack of ability to manage pitchers still scares the crap out of me. Well, what are you mad about, Team Dean here? What's he mismanaged here in the playoffs? Virtual private network. It hides your IP address. I knew that. No, not at all. Virtual private network. We'll probably talk a little bit more with the con man later too with the NFL, but so you're watching a little bit last night, Duke. I still can't believe how the Bills, they lost the turnover battle. Josh Allen looked pretty rough. Drake May
in the second half in particular looked excellent.
Well, and then, finally I was watching and I said about 10 plays earlier, I said, why aren't they doing anything when he rolls out to his right? Then finally Collingsworth said something and I got to maybe pay attention to this. I don't know. Rico playbook, Vic, just because he had Rico Dowdle.
Yeah,
That's
good day.
234 yards, 206 on the ground.
Were you at all, besides the goal line nonchalant fumble by DiMarcado, were at any point in the game you thinking, man, this was not a smart move?
For what do you mean, like in the
for
Arizona game?
Your fantasy? So I guess this is a better question. Did you start him in your lineup?
I started DiMarcado, but my other option was Tony Pollard, and Pollard did have a touchdown late and had more points, but DiMarcado would have been the same. I'm gonna lose this week, and I'm losing to a guy that's never won, and he's the village idiot of the draft. He was 0-5 coming in. I'm going to lose to him. And when you look at the overall points given up, Duke, I'm at 879 points against. A guy that's in first is at 723 points against. That's a big difference. So every week I'm playing a guy that puts up a big number and I'm getting sick of it. How did you make out?
Really well. Yep. My team is excellent. Really? Even with some guys on bye, some injuries and the like. Couple substandard performances, but you're putting in guys that aren't expected to have big numbers. But Jonathan Taylor, another monster day. Mason Taylor, rookie tight end with the Jets. Once they were kind of getting blown out, they threw a couple garbage time scores in there. He got in on the mix on that, so that was a nice little pleasant surprise. I came into the year, I had two rookie tight ends, Harold Fannin Jr. and Mason Tayller. Yeah. And essentially every week so far, I've made the wrong decision of which one to start. But this one, it finally paid off. Both had a pretty strong week. So, I'm going to win handily there. And in my Superflex league, CJ Stroud with a monster performance yesterday as one of my two quarterbacks. I'm on pace for a win there, save something really terrible happening tonight, because I think my opponent has both Travis Kelce and Xavier Worthy. If between the two of them, they get, I think it's like 45 points or something, then I will lose. But I'm feeling confident going in.
Team Dean says pulling Savage early. Well, the relievers he brought in, the relievers they chose for the roster. Well, come on here, man. It's 12-0. Duke, he had this for in or out, and you can check back a little earlier. We had it with Eddie. Team Dean, this was the right call. This was the right call to pull Savage at this point. 78 pitches. He's getting through the order again. He's dominated the Yankees. Don't give them any reason to see what he could throw again, possibly in a game 5 if it gets there. You're going to need Trey Yesavich for 4 more starts minimum. if things work out for the Blue Jays here. That dummy Cato thing playbook Vic says dumb play by him, but he crossed the plane. It should have been a TD. And that overhead, that's what it looks like.
Being very honest, I agree. I do think that it was a score.
Yeah.
But to the point, and Connor and I have talked about this on Fantasy Frenzy umpteen times, like put it in your GD pocket and take it into the parking lot with you. What is the flair, the dramatic, the looking cool? What do you gain by dropping it the single split second you cross the goal line? It's so dumb.
Do the Bo Jackson, man. Run down the tunnel.
Yeah, take it home with you. Like the guy that caught did you see that last night? The fan at Highmark?
Yeah.
Josh Allen threw one away out the back of the end zone. Fan caught it.
Yeah.
And then he just literally walked to the seats up the stairs on the Congress. He left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When we come back, top of the hour, we got Nick Olczyk, Utah Mammoth analyst. We'll check in with Nick. Lots to discuss there. I saw Frank Saravalli with a posting saying that they were discussing a long-term extension with Logan Cooley. We'll see what Nick has to say about that. Before all of that, also Connor Halley coming up at 10:20. Time now for Sports 1440 update brought to you by Sherbrooke Liquor, the best place for wine, cocktails, and beers from all over the world. Also a variety of excellent non-alcoholic options. See more at SherbrookeLiquor.com. Here is Sam, the record man.
The Sports 1440 update.
National League Divisional Series continuing tonight as the Dodgers and Phillies take the field at 4 with the Dodgers up 1 game. And the other series happening, the Cubs look to tie that series. They take on the Brewers at 7 p.m. In the NHL, the San Jose Sharks have acquired Ryan Ellis and a 2026 sixth-round pick for Carl Grundstrom and Artem Guryev. Ellis has not appeared in an NHL game since the 2021 season while dealing with a career-threatening back injury. The Boston Bruins are planning to retire Hall of Famer Zdeno Chara's number 33. Chara played 1,023 games during his 14 series in Boston, winning a Stanley Cup in 2011. NFL Week 5 continuing today as the Jacksonville Jaguars host the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll be joined by Utah Mammoth analyst Mark Olczyk. And this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness.
Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Getting in on the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer. Then sit back, watch the game, grip your chair, and high-five anyone nearby. Every bet is 100% legal with the chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Whoa, who turned off all the lights? Experience the new charcoal menu at Booster Juice.
Charcoal menu?
Introducing the Eclipse Smoothie, Blackout Booster Mixer, and Midnight Booster Ball.
Where's that voice coming from?
Dark and delicious, made with activated charcoal.
Can we please turn the lights back on?
Sorry, I'm just excited about the new charcoal menu.
Wow, that is good.
Right?
Available now, only at Booster Juice.
This is not a sale. At Walmart, our everyday low prices mean you can count on low prices every single day. Like a 3-pound bag of your Fresh Market carrots or onions for only $2.74 each. Shop more everyday low prices in-store or on walmart.ca.
October 24th and 25th, hit the courts for Feisty Pickles, the first ever 24 hours of continuous pickleball action. Starts Friday night at Brace Athletics in St. Albert. It puts the fun in fundraising for Breathing Space, a groundbreaking lung transplant house. Recruit your team of 4 to 20 players and get your paddles ready to play. Feisty Pickles, Alberta Lung's 24-hour pickleball challenge. Register by October 15th at ablung.ca.
just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:01 in Edmonton. Just awaiting the arrival of Nick Olczyk, Utah Mammoth broadcaster. A lot of news just within the Mammoth in the last couple of days, and then even more so today. Frank Saravalli even reporting on it. The fact that Logan Cooley, who's one of their top young players, turned down a long-term contract, 8 years, $9.6 million. See where this is heading, and I'm looking forward to see what Nick's take is on this. But yeah, it was AAV that the push was to get him to go 9.6 up. That would lock him until 2033-34. So we'll see exactly where Nick Olczyk thinks on this. But Logan Cooley, he's into the final season of his 3-year entry level contract, signed back with Arizona, obviously. 950,000. He's already made a lot of bonus money here. So how are we making out with Nick Duke? Are we still working on him? Working on it. Okay, good stuff. So anyway, when you look at Utah and the lineup that the Mammoth, I'll be honest, it's still kind of taking some time to get the Mammoth and Utah, connected after being the Utah Hockey Club and obviously coming over from Arizona. But their big player is a local player, and it's Dylan Guenther. And Dylan Guenther's been absolutely phenomenal. And then, there's another, Logan Cooley's basically in the same boat where Dylan Guenther was before a year prior. And Dylan Guenther goes, well, I'm going to sign a long-term deal. And he did. And if the contract that Dylan Guenther signed, just over $7.1 million, and he's locked in until 2033. So, where the cap is going. Everyone knows that. But if Dylan Guenther can continue on to where he's putting the puck in the back of the net, that is going to be a value contract. And again, Logan Cooley's 21, Guenther's 22. So the similarities of where they are when it comes to the time that they signed their contract, the length that was signed, or, obviously being offered in this case for Cooley, it's a situation where there are very similar, a lot of similarities between the two. Guenther last year was 27 goals, 33 assists, and 60 points. You put those numbers on the board, he's going to be pressing for 30 this year. You know that. He's getting bigger, getting stronger. He knows the game. He has probably, Dylan Guenther, one of the best releases that you'll see in the NHL, especially for his age. Again, 22 years old. I think when Dylan Guenther was playing for the Oil Kings, he was probably around, I'd say 175 pounds. He's still growing into his body. I think he's probably put on a good 10 pounds at this point. So the Duke has contacted Nick Olczyk here. So time now for the headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. The plumber to call when the toilet mysteriously breaks after your jalapeno pepper popper fueled game night with the fellas. That's MrReuter.ca as we welcome in Nick Olczyk, Utah Mammoth broadcaster. Morning, Nick. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Hey, Kevin. Thanks a lot for having me on. Just excited that we've got the preseason all accomplished and now ready for the games to mean a whole heck of a lot. So ready to get this season going.
No kidding. Just before you came on, we were talking about the local product, Dylan Guenther. So 27 goals last night for Guenther. Nick, the potential is off the charts for this guy. I watched him play many, many times here, as you would know, for the Oil Kings, and maybe just discuss the player that you see now and maybe what you're going to see down the road here as he continues to just raise his level of his game.
Yeah, well, honestly, we could probably spend the whole interview here talking about Dylan Guenther. And first, I have the the pleasure of being around these players every day at practice, and I get a chance to interact with them in the room and seeing how they interact with each other. Like Dylan Guenther he's 21 years old, going on 41. Yeah. Like he just his mentality, his temperament, how he treats people around him, how he is with the media. He is well wise beyond his years, and is just a really, really good kid. And I'm sure a lot of people up there in the great Northwest know that. But for those that don't, that's the first thing I really want to make sure that I say, because he's a heck of a kid. And the one conversation that he had brought up coming into this year when he was asked in the preseason media availability about what do you want to get better at this year? How do you want to build your game? And he had mentioned that he wanted to score in a little bit more varied ways. Wants to try and score different ways. And we saw that. He had a couple goals in preseason, but two in particular in Colorado were pretty much him taking on a bull in a china shop mentality and just taking the puck right to the net, which I don't think he was afraid to do that last year. I don't think he plays the game super perimeter, but definitely more reliance on that unbelievable shot that he has. But he said it, and he really put that mentality into practice, into action here in the preseason so far. So more of a willingness to go to the hard areas, even more than he already did, taking the puck right to the net as opposed to staying to the outside and going around the net and looking to shoot from the outside. And in the last preseason game against San Jose for Utah, he scored on a heck of a shot on a one-timer on the power play, which he's kind of in that Alexander Ovechkin circle, looking for that one-timer. So the shot's always going to be there. That he's going to be a guy that can beat a goalie clean when it's one-on-one with the goalie. And I don't see there's any reason why he's not going to be a perennial 35 to 40, 45 goal scorer throughout a long career that I do think he'll have.
Yeah, with you on that for sure. Nick Olczyk with us on Sports 1440. When he was here, Nick, at the start of his Oil Kings career, he was probably about $165. Have you been able to see him up close so far during preseason in the sense that he's way bigger?
Yeah, he's definitely filling out. I don't know if I would use the terminology, Kevin, way bigger, but he definitely is a bit more filled out than what he was last year. And that's a huge a testament to him wanting to put on some mass, put on some muscle, as well as the Utah Mammoth performance staff, the trainers, the nutrition staff to make sure that these guys are following a plan. So that way they're not only just putting on mass just to put it on, but it's the right kind. And I think I've seen it, as I mentioned, in those couple of goals that he had scored where he drove wide, he took the puck right to the net and was super strong on that puck and did not get knocked off of it. So, look, he's whatever he's got to do to be able to put himself in areas to score and to get open. Those are the things that he's going to do. But I do think, yes, I would agree that I think he is, while he doesn't look like Hulk Hogan, he's definitely the late great Hulk Hogan. He's definitely put on some even more muscle and mass, and look, that's only going to help him with scoring and protecting the puck in those tight areas, especially as when the games begin to matter most towards the end of the year, when the rink shrinks and those corner battles and then battles at the net front mean all that much more.
Nick Olczyk with us on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. Reports in the last couple of days and even this morning with Logan Cooley rejecting a long-term offer for a lot of dough here. Nick, what did you make of what's been talked about here in the last, 48 hours or so with Logan Cooley?
Yeah, look, I don't think there's any doubt that Logan's going to get a big payday, and you see how other contracts have been dealt out with the likes of Kirill Kaprizov getting a ton of money, and Luke Hughes, who I know is a defenseman, Logan Cooley being a center, and Kaprizov being a winger or whatnot. But just, I think it's been so great to see, these players salaries continue to rise. And Kevin, look, I think, look, money wise, revenue wise, the game has never been in a better spot, and that's a massive round of applause to the commissioner of the National Hockey League, Gary Bettman, and his staff and everybody for doing what they've done, and the players and the owners to get the game in the position where it is now, where the salary cap is just going to absolutely be going through the roof. And I think it will probably surpass what it's projected to be in the next couple of years. So I think to start there, and look, it wasn't all that long ago where the highest paid player in the National Hockey League was at $12.5 million. And you compare that to the other four major sports. I mean, those are guys that with all due respect are bench players in the NBA. So, now we're starting to see, top NHL players, getting $17 million and those numbers that are only going to continue to grow. So, kind of turning that to Logan Cooley, his number is going to be through the roof, and I think rightfully so. And another kid, similarly to the likes of Dylan Gunther, that's got his head on right, and his temperament, the way he carries himself, he's going to get a big payday, and rightfully so. What exactly that number is going to be? Is he going to be in that 10 to 11 or 12 range? Whatever it's going to be. I think everybody here in Utah and the Great Mammoth fans are hoping that the term is going to be a long time, because this kid has it all. And I remember watching him not just all of last year, but one shift in particular, and it was against the best player in the world, and someone that you and your listeners get to see on a nightly basis, and that being Connor McDavid. And on that particular night at Delta Center here in Utah, the matchup was Logan Cooley against Connor McDavid. And there were times where, of course, McDavid's brilliance and magical-like abilities definitely were a bit for Logan to handle. But there was one shift in particular where Connor just held on to the puck beneath the goal line and was cutting back, was trying to put the moves on Cooley, and Logan just found a way to stay with him. And there's not many guys that can keep up with Connor in terms of not just the straight ahead speed, but the side to side, the agility, the explosiveness, the first couple of strides to try and beat someone one-on-one, and Logan stayed with him beautifully. So, Logan's skating ability is the one thing I think that is the great separator between him and a lot of other people. And no matter what the number is going to be, we could sit here and talk about it till we're blue in the face, but he is going to get a heck of a deal. And hopefully it's done sooner than later for the good of the team. And of course, a lot of our great fans here who have watched him grow, and a guy that's going to continue to grow for hopefully a long time wearing a Utah Mammoth jersey.
Nick Olczyk with us on Sports 1440. Just wanted to touch on the Connor Ingram trade and just how first class that the organization and Bill Armstrong to give a guy another opportunity. I guess that's the best way to look at it here. But can you maybe just speak to what the Oilers organization is getting here in a goaltender in Connor Ingram? Yeah, look, I mean, you mentioned first class, Kevin. That's Connor Ingram, and to just imagine the things that he's gone through in his career, having won the Bill Masterton Trophy, for his incredible story last year of battling some internal things that he found a way to continue on playing through and spreading awareness about to try to help others. And then last year, experienced something that I hope nobody ever has to experience until they're towards the end of their life, and that's he lost his mom. Yeah. And as someone who is close with their parents, and I talk to my mom every day, I couldn't imagine how that would affect me, and so he had to step away. Ended up going into the National Hockey League Player Association assistance program, and was in there for a while and got the help that he needed. And it's just so great to see and hear that he was through that process and was able to get back and able to play hockey, which comes secondary to living life and playing the game that is life. So look, a great guy, a very thoughtful human being,
and someone who, whenever he was asked or called upon, gave his very best and performed well. As the backbone for the Utah Mammoth last year, along with his goalie partner Karel Vejmelka. So I think it's going to be great for him. Especially being behind that team in Edmonton, who's poised to make yet another deep run this year. But what the guy that you're getting in Connor is a thoughtful, hardworking guy that whenever he's called upon, no matter the situation, is going to give his very best. And there's no doubt that though it is a first class organization here in Utah, it's easy to treat people well when they are first class, and that's definitely the way that I would describe Connor Ingram.
Yeah, one last one for you, Nick. You just said about the first class and the owners and Ryan and Ashley Smith. Maybe just touch on the new things that you've seen in the arena and the practice facility and everything. Like the pictures and video that we see are just absolutely remarkable.
Kevin, you would think that those pictures are AI, that someone just went into an AI machine and said, draft up the greatest player lounge and locker room you possibly can. But that's what they built in a span of just a couple of months. Like it's truly phenomenal. The tools, the accessibility, and everything that these players now have access to. And you look at where this organization's at. The expectation this year is the playoffs. So now there's no excuse. They've got every tool under the sun to make sure that their bodies and their minds are right and that they're ready to go. So whether it's, I remember walking in when we did our first tour, and I walked in, they said, okay, you're going to be walking into the team kitchen and the eating area. And I thought I was walking into the cafeteria at Hogwarts. I mean, it's this long table. There's seats on either side. And that's just so hockey. It's everyone's together. You're with your teammates side by side. You're facing them when you're looking across while you're eating your pregame meal, your post-practice meal, whatever it is. And so they've got an award-winning chef. They've got sleep pods. These guys have a state-of-the-art gym with a 40-yard turf field. And no, I will not be doing my 40-yard dash there. I can tell you that much. But just it is unbelievable, and all of this is made possible by the owners Ryan and Ashley Smith, Chris Armstrong, the president of hockey operations, and Bill Armstrong, and also the longtime National Hockey League trainer Stan Wilson, who now is an incredible advisor for this team, has his fingerprints all over the blueprint of what this team has now. So a very exciting time for players, for the whole fan base, and of course everybody in the organization. And if Utah already wasn't a destination because where the team is going, the facilities are certainly going to be a destination that players want to come and be part of.
I never even mentioned, it's my fault, I never even mentioned JJ Peterka. Holy cow.
Yeah, you got to give up really good players again and give it up Michael Kessering, a right-handed puck-moving defenseman who's got good size, and Josh Doan, who I think is going to have a long career in the NHL as a great depth forward who can contribute offensively. JJ Peterka last year, he's 23 years old. He had 68 points, and he's coming in now where he is going to be a guy that is relied upon to score and is going to be put in every situation to try and do that. So he's looked great in the preseason. He plays with a ton of pace, and that shot, I think we got another 30, 35 goal scorer on our hands in JJ Peterka.
Well, Armstrong should have had a balaclava on when he made that trade. Anyway, hey, Nick, thanks so much for doing this. Really appreciate it. We'll see you when you get to town here maybe, and we'll talk as the season progresses. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, Kevin, thanks so much for having me on. And I hate to be an earlier breaker of news or whatnot, but hopefully some of the fans there in Edmonton are going to be happy. I just saw a little update from Elliot Friedman, perhaps something with Connor McDavid maybe later today. So, but best of luck to you guys and keep up the great work.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, we're going to get right to that. Thanks a lot. That's our headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter, your top defense pairing against leaks. That's mrrooter.ca. Elliot Friedman reporting. Good feeling that there's an extension with Connor McDavid today. Ryan Rashog reporting, my sense is there's a good chance we see a McDavid extension today. Things are moving forward this morning. Spec, McDavid extension coming down the pipe, maybe today. Spec also says you'll be surprised at the AAV on the McDavid deal. Will be less than Kaprizov, quite possibly in the 15 million range. Could be short, 2 to 3 years. But this is such good news. Man, oh man, such good news. We're going to have Connor Halley in as well to talk about this too. But man, we've been talking about this for so long. I can just feel like it's a relief. I think in Oilers Nation to feel exactly where the fan base has been, because you start reading stuff and hearing stuff and you're going, oh man. Aaron says McDavid just posted on Instagram, our journey here continues. When we come back, we'll discuss this with Connor Halley and probably the Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440. It's Kevin Karius Show presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, X, FB, and Insta.
Weekly NFL giveaways, drink specials, huge screen TVs. The hits keep coming at First Round, Edmonton's NFL headquarters. Watch NFL football at First Round, and you could win a trip to your favorite NFL city for a regular season game next season. Catch NFL action Thursday nights, all day Sunday, starting with the Pro Bowl brunch from 10:30 to 2. Then Monday night with half-price boneless wings after 6 p.m. First Round, burgers, beer, sports. Downtown and Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Strudlin. How would you like to join me and the superstars of hockey on an exotic holiday? Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters, you can attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Fernando Pisani, Kelly Buckberger, Ron Lowe, Gene Principe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. There's still time to get in on every hockey fan's dream cruise. Book now and save $500 per couple. The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. Price start at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
Visit cast.tours/Edmonton. Call 1-833-347-7678. Call now to book and save $200 when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's Cast Tours, CASTTOURS, 1-833-347-7678.
If you're looking for nonstop sports coverage, tune into Sports 1440.
Edmonton's only sports radio station.
24/7 coverage comes at you with expert commentary, in-depth analysis,
And so much more.
We are Sports 1440.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sandy dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifting. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
When it comes to choosing a hair clinic, the difference is in the doctor.
I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. Transforming how you feel about yourself is a very personal experience, and I'll work directly with you every step of the way.
Physicians come from all over the world to learn from Dr. Elliott.
When your personal goal is to help other people achieve theirs, you must deeply understand the latest treatments.
Want to feel confident and comfortable? The difference is in the doctor.
I'm Dr. Vance Elliott at drvanceelliott.com.
Dennis here from Weiss Johnson, along with my brother Mark.
Hi there.
My bro is the go-to for all our tough installs.
I do all the hard work. He gets all the glory. Mister, I'm on the radio.
Hey, we can't all be famous, but seriously, Mark's the best, and he's here if you're looking to add a legal basement suite in your home.
We install tons of furnace systems for folks wanting basement suites. It helps to subsidize their mortgages.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Obviously.
Weiss Johnson, your legal suite heating system experts.
Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
A veteran of the Edmonton sports scene for over 3 decades, the Kevin Karius Show, powered by Sports Select.
Bet on the original at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 1025 in Edmonton. Massive news in the City of Champions. Connor McDavid has signed a contract extension. Details to come. Connor has sent out a post on the old Insty. Our journey here, continues. Mark Spector also reporting that Jake Wallman has agreed to a new deal in Edmonton as well. We think will be announced shortly, Spec says, thinking it'll be in the 6-year range. So probably like a 6x6, something like that. Of course, he's got one more year left on his deal as well, Jake Wallman, as we welcome in Connor Halley from Fantasy Frenzy, Jason Gregor Show. Morning, Con Man.
Good morning, Kevin.
Wow, again, you can almost feel like like a weight being lifted.
Absolutely.
And I mean, maybe it just took longer than people wanted.
Yeah.
But it was done before the season, and now you don't have to talk about it. And if it's a 2-year deal, it's fine. I mean, whatever the AAV is, fine. Don't
Saying
care.
it could be around 15 mil, which is back.
Again, his next contract after that. Now, at that point, the salary cap's going to be at 1.25, whatever it is.
Yep.
He can sign for 20 some for whatever he wants. And if he wants to leave, I'll be honest with you, Con Man. If he leaves after 3 years, I'd be okay with it. I mean, maybe, and that's saying that the Oilers would not win the Stanley Cup in that time.
Couldn't his time?
Yeah, I think you'd say, sometimes change is what you need. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if that happens and he does not win a cup, I would totally agree with you. And then you know what? Like, even if he had left after this season, he signed his contract, he played it out. I think I would have been okay with it. But yeah, good to see that news breaking on Instagram. He got the first initial mention. I know you were actually probably the first one to bring it up last week, saying that something's happening Monday down at Rogers Place.
That's not what I said. So
that's what Twitter tells me. You predicted this.
Okay, I'll take credit for it. No. So exactly what I said was that I was asked to do an event Monday in the Hall of Fame room. Then I was texted and said, we can't do it Monday. It's been moved to Tuesday. So I said, well, there's something going on Monday and who knows what it could be. Maybe it is something like this.
Yeah.
I said, maybe they are just cleaning this from CFR, cleaning the room. But I think it's just good to see that, again, it just fell into the right. And I mean, Oilers yesterday said, oh, day off.
Yeah.
That was another one for me. I don't know. I'm not saying that I was the guy that broke this. I can tell you this, though. How about this? I got a text last night, Con Man, at 8:00 from Ryan Rashog. You started a real ruckus with this Monday press conference stuff, LOL. So now everyone is reporting that that's what it is. So, I mean, I was just kind of putting 2 and 2 together, saying that there's a day open now, and then maybe, and with the team taking the day off.
Yeah.
I mean, now I would imagine if you're going to have a news conference down in the Hall of Fame room today, I would imagine the whole team's going to be down there this afternoon, maybe 12, 1, I don't know, whatever.
And like you said, like it is a weight off the shoulders, because I think until it was signed, some Oilers fans, a lot of Oilers fans, like had that fear, like, okay, if we go into the season, who knows what happens? Things don't go wrong. He's not committed. When do you have that discussion? Like, if things aren't going as well, do you trade him? Like, or do you run it out with him? Like, it was just those thoughts, I think, that go into a sports fan's head. We're in break here.
Yeah.
Duke's talking about how the Jays are going to sweep, and Lowtide saying Buck was right. And I'm like, let's hold off. Let's wait till the series ends before we get to that. Because I'm someone who just must, like, I've been tormented by my teams, and I have that fear that, okay, until it's actually done, I'm not celebrating it. People told me to celebrate the Chargers when they were beating the Jags at halftime. I said, no, Kobe gif, job's not finished. Like, when it's done, you celebrate. And now this morning for Oilers fans, I think it's time to celebrate for sure, because it's absolutely massive.
Yeah. And I mean, if it's let's just pretend it's just 2 years. If it's just 2, then you've got them for 3 more.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be ecstatic if it were a 3-year deal. Now you got them for 4. And again, if you can't win a cup with him and Leon and the rest of what you've got, and I mean, at that point again, now you got Zach Hyman turning into the, he's over 35. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, same thing. Matthias Ekholm. You got all these guys that, and Connor's looking at that. Has been. And that's one of the things here. So.
Yeah. And if you said, if it's 2 years, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because, they're still in that window. Maybe he wants to see what the future holds and what they do. And then financially, like you said as well, cap goes up, he can sign for more as well. So, this just makes too much sense for it to be a 2 to 3 year contract extension.
And again, and you touched on it. At what point, say if he did not sign, at what point where do you go, okay, well, what are we doing here? Like I've got into it with Gregor and Rashog, both of them at the press box, and both of them said he'll never be traded. And Greg just said it on his show.
Yeah,
never be traded. Well, I'm on the other side of that. If he never got a deal done here, Stan Bowman has to go to him at some point and say, Connor, what are you thinking? Are you going to sign? I don't know. Okay, I need 3-4 teams to talk to. I know you have a no movement clause, but I got to do my job.
Yeah. No, I agree with you because we had the same discussion about Leon Draisaitl as well. Like, at what point, if it were not to be signed, would you just risk what happened with Johnny Gaudreau, right? The Flames learned, and I'm not saying McDavid's Gaudreau, but
he's just 100 times better.
If you lose
him, Mitch Marner.
Yeah, if you lose him for nothing, or what did the Leafs get? Nick
They
Hague?
got Roy. Nick Roy.
Yeah.
And
okay,
it's not,
probably would have rather had more in hindsight, right? Big term line. It would have sucked at the deadline when you moved on from him, but.
And I think for the Leafs, off topic here, once the whole Mikko Rantanen thing came into play, and they asked Marner at that point to waive, and he was like, "No, F you."
Yeah.
And now they were at a point of no return because now you got to go. Okay, well, you're not waiving it for that. Give us a couple more teams, or sign. We can't let you go for nothing.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And now you know what? We don't even have to have that conversation, right?
Yeah, Oiler fans, even our text line, like an announcement 2 days before the season opener, no doubt about it, JDO says. You saw the text line here, Conman, you've been reading it for weeks, months, and there was some trepidation by some, and there was also the other side where people were just saying, okay, it's going to happen, you just got to be patient.
Yeah, well, and we thought like September, right? Some people said late August, like there's no way this deal doesn't get done, there's no reason for it not to get done, and hey, 2 days before the season starts.
So right now, all the hockey insiders are going bananas trying to find out what the year, the term is, and what the AAV is. But what they're saying is that all of them is that the deal is done. I also thought too that maybe Speck is the only guy on Jake Wallman.
Yeah,
Speck said that agreed to a new deal as well. Expect to be announced shortly. I think it's kind of cool that, Connor's like, yeah, let's get the Wallman thing done here too. And let's announce it on the same day. I don't care.
Doesn't it kind of seem like such a Connor McDavid thing to do?
Wow.
Like maybe he's like, I have the deal done. I don't want to have all the attention on me. So I'll wait for another player to get signed, fully knowing everyone's going to be talking about McDavid and that Wallman contract will be playing second fiddle. But yeah, it's pretty cool, I think, and 6-year range from Specs. So for
Wallman, yeah. And he's 3.5 left this year, I think. So he's got one more year, and you're looking at. Wallman is your longer term Ekholm.
Yeah,
that's what he is as far as what you think you have in a defenseman on the left side moving forward.
Because his contract makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I know that because we were talking about throwing, Ekholm's name in there. For me, when it comes to Ekholm, unfortunately, under the circumstances, I'm probably waiting as long as I can before I sign that. You got to see what he has left coming back from the injury, which was pretty serious, and, full credit to him for trying to gut it out and play. But I think, with him, you want to wait and see what happens.
Before I forget, here's my $20 for the hockey pool.
Oh, you're in.
Can I be in or not? Or it's not fake. Hey,
what's going on here?
Well, that's because it's in my elastic band wallet.
As long as I can go use it at a food court.
Sure you can. Builder Bob says, do you have space? Is there still space for the...
You know what? Honestly, we might actually have to make it a little bit bigger. We had it capped at 50 teams.
Okay.
And we're up to like 44. But yeah, it just costs a little more.
Okay, I'll help you out.
I'll help you. Well, I take it out of the winter side. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Charity. We made our first donation, $420 to the Canadian Cancer Society over the weekend. So shout out to everyone who's participating.
I got to read Nails' text. He said not to read it, but I'm reading it anyway. I'm not going to read the beginning part, but just he wanted to hear about the signing and things like that and whatever. And he says he's got good respect for everybody at 1440. Don't read this, he says, but this is why I was listening all morning. I put off moving the cows. Now I can get to work. What would he be doing moving the cows, Duke? From pen to pen?
No, it's the fall time, Kevin. It's time to bring the kettle home off the range. Get him in the corral. Some calves sorted off. Prices are great right now, so maybe sending some calves to market maybe here this week. I would guess is what Nails is doing. But yeah, it's been dry down there. Grass is pretty much all cooked off, baked out. So if there's any left, they're home now.
You guys enjoy when you talk this conversation, Conman, on Fantasy Frenzy?
Yeah, I mean, I stupid question I asked Duke last week. Like, is there a certain time of season they kill the cows, or is that just
kill the cows?
Is that just like
murder?
I never really heard that.
Well, that's what they're doing.
I guess, but I think
Hey,
butcher's a better word.
I love a good steak. I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to say. But let's not lie to our audience. They're not doing some sort of special food producing.
Yeah,
it costs life to eat that.
Well,
steak.
what is it? Special time, Duke?
I said no, not really.
Yeah, just when the prices are good, right?
Well, it's when the animal's ready, like when they're finished.
Can you tell when a cow's good?
Can I personally, or can people?
Can people?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. You can usually you can like by fat cover and shape and stuff. You can usually tell if the meat is like properly marbled and finished.
Elliot Friedman says about Wallman that it's 7x7.
There you go. That is the 6-year range.
Yeah.
So that keeps him in town till he's 30. He'll be 36 when that ends. 37.
Ooh, 37.
He'll be 30 at the end of this year.
He has $3.5 million left on this contract. 3.4, pardon me. He's 29 now. So he would be, he's up there.
30, I think, in Feb. I took a look at it.
Yeah.
So till he's 37. I wonder maybe it declines a little bit at the end there.
One of those ones.
Pay him a little more early on. Well, you have McDavid a steal for 15 mil.
Yeah. Nails says you're an ass. I didn't want that on. Sorry, Nails. It was too good not to put on.
We'll cut it from the podcast.
Yeah. Barber and Peace River. I told you guys I knew something was up. Gord Oil says I can tell when a cow's good. Usually 7 minutes each side, Duke. Yeah. While we wait for these terms to come in, or anything, I mean, your Chargers laid an egg there, or what?
Marlowe Wax. I never celebrate players being cut, but Marlowe Wax, after preventing the Ladd McConkey punt return touchdown, which was a huge change in that game. See ya. Went 0 for 3 in fantasy. Did you overall not a great weekend?
Did you dress DeMarcado?
Sure did.
Yeah. And did you think it was a touchdown?
I thought it was. I mean, we're probably biased as owners, but I thought he had it out in front, and that's just the league, you know, trying to create controversy. But no, it wasn't a good weekend for me. Survivor pool, I kept it going though.
I had Arizona.
Oh, I had the Colts.
Wow. And Arizona, like you saw what after the DeMarcado thing.
Yeah.
So the pick, fumble, kick it in the end zone, recovery.
Just
like this is all a matter of like 5 minutes, man. Like, what are you doing?
Cam Ward willing his team to victory.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Did you watch the Jays yesterday too?
Oh, thank God I had the Jays. I was in a dark spot with watching football and like getting no fantasy football alerts, but Toronto Blue Jays were fantastic. Like that, I'm sure you guys had it in the show opening. Vlad's grand slam, like what a moment for him. And he already had a good start to the postseason, but to double down and in that situation, a guy who he got paid, and I feel like there was some criticism there. When's his bat going to get going? They needed to get going, and can't complain about that start.
Maybe one note too, and I'm not sure where this is going, or if there's nothing out of Calgary. Pat Steinberg reporting no Jonathan Huberdeau on the ice as practice gets underway. I'm not sure if there's something more to that.
Maybe he just doesn't want to skate. Is that what he said?
I didn't feel like skating.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like skating. So, anything else top of mind for you that I'm missing? Just because of the McDavid stuff was breaking for us, but
no, I think we got to all of it. I'm glad we skipped football. We'll talk more hockey on the
on
the Fantasy Frenzy program.
And I mean, Duke and I on our pick tonight. It's Chiefs minus 3.5. And I've got the Chiefs minus 3.5.
Chiefs looked good last week.
Oh.
Jags, I don't know. I think you're probably pretty good on that one.
I don't know. It's
Hey, I don't know how many people actually took the Rams to cover. Was it 8.5? But it's the NFL, right? Any given Sunday, you never know. Or Monday.
I don't see a Connor McDavid availability today so far. So I don't want to get too much into that, but I don't see an availability today. I think it'll be more tomorrow.
Brad Slater says Huberdeau is hurt.
Oh, UB.
There's your update.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Doesn't feel like skating.
Even all the other one. Matt and Leduc says that too. Rockford Texan, Leafs Nation must be just in turmoil right now. Some of them really believe that, eh?
Do you guys have Nick Alberga on the show ever? Nick Alberga, Leafs Nation. He does fantasy talk.
No.
He's been pounding that drum.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming like 267 days, blah, 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 blah. And then I think today he tweeted like, don't message me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you know what? It's kind of nice to see. And if, like you said, after 3 years, if he decides to take off, so be it.
All right, Con Man. Anything else you wanted to yak about here?
No, I mean, if anybody else wants to join our fantasy hockey pool,
$20, right?
$20 buy-in. Half the money goes to the winner, half goes to the charity. Like I said, I had to get it in because we did the run for the cure yesterday, so I had to get my first donation in. But any more, we'll do that. There's a little league fee that'll be taken care of.
Are you
and
going
then
to send me the link or what?
Oh yeah, I'll do that right now.
I mean, it would be nice if I'm not just donating the $20 here.
Well, I can't multitask as well.
I think
as
Duke
you
was
can.
filling out his team earlier today.
You guys are talking Dylan Gunther. I took him.
Did you?
Yeah, high hopes.
I don't know if Duke remembers any part of the show this morning or not, but it was a tough night for him, a tough weekend, with the wedding and the
Tough. What about? Shut up, listener Bryce.
What about him?
He got married.
Oh,
friend of the station. That's the wedding Duke was at.
Oh, that's the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, but I mean, he's in better shape than the Duke is.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Duke's a little tired today.
Well, he's a little tuckered out.
His voice has that raspiness.
Oh. Played hockey too last night for the Tropicana Orangemen.
Did they win?
I don't even know. They lost. Well, too many. They said they only had 10 guys or something.
Yeah, 10 guys.
9.5.
Two of them. I was one of them in the shape I was in, and then another friend of mine who got married. He was the one I was the best man for back in August. He is his first game back on the team since he hasn't played in 2 years. He was in just as bad a shape as me, maybe even worse from Saturday night. So we didn't have the most stacked roster. Two of our bodies useless. Tough loss. We made good comeback in the third period. Just came a little short.
Hey, Offspring is coming to Rogers Place as
Offspring.
well.
Well, maybe that was a big announcement.
That was the announcement today.
January 30th.
There you go.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's a European and European tour as well. Record setting. They're on the record setting European tour right now. What song do they sing? Yeah, is that what it is?
That. Oh, self-esteem.
Oh, yeah.
The kids are all right or aren't all right?
I can't wait for that.
They got hits. What's your email, Kevin?
I will tell in the break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up. Try to get a few more details on Connor McDavid's signing, etc. Jake Wallman's signing. It looks like it's 7x7. All coming up. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're also streaming on YouTube, XFB, and Insta.
Carve out for a cause at the Jason Greger Pizza Pig Out, presented by GS Construction. Thursday, November 6th at the Canadian Ice House, indulge in unlimited pizza from amazing local pizzerias while you help raise some dough for kids' sport. Then vote for your favorite slice to help crown the People's Choice Award winners. Tickets to join Edmonton's biggest and best adult pizza party are just $30. Head to jasongregerpizzapigout.com for more details and to buy tickets.
At Leading Edge Physiotherapy, we believe that life shouldn't hurt. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't know that sometimes it really hurts. I mean, we've seen people at their worst moments in life, when they feel they have nowhere to turn, or at a time when they felt like their problem just wouldn't ever go away. We've also seen people who thought to themselves, it'll just go away on its own, or this is no big deal. I don't want to bother anyone about this. Don't know where to turn to, or think it's no big deal. Either way, we have the technology, techniques, and skills to help you get back to it, whatever your it may be. Life shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
Getting in on the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer. Then sit back, watch the game, grip your chair, and high-five anyone nearby. Every bet is 100% legal with the chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Sleep is for the off-season. What off-season? Sports 1440 is live, loud, and locked 24/7. Oilers, Elks, Riverhawks, Stingers, Oil Kings. We've got your picks. Edmonton's home for sports is Sports 1440.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. I'm super excited to tell you today that we have fed over 250 families so far with our Feed 500 Families event. With that said, we are still short of our goal. We have decided to continue this on through to the end of October. With your help and your support, we can get this done. Please stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
At Fountain Tire, we're fluent in saving you money.
Fluent?
Yes, we've mastered the language of deals. Like right now, you can save up to 25% off select tires and up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Plus, $50 off $150 service when you buy those tires. All until October 18th.
I'm sorry, I don't speak deals.
Spend less, save more when you buy round black things from us.
Oh, got it.
Restrictions apply. Book your appointment online today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Dennis here from Weiss Johnson, along with my brother Mark.
Hi there.
My bro is the go-to for all our tough installs.
I do all the hard work. He gets all the glory. Mister, I'm on the radio.
Hey, we can't all be famous, but seriously, Mark's the best, and he's here if you're looking to add a legal basement suite in your home.
We install tons of furnace systems for folks wanting basement suites. It helps to subsidize their mortgages.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Obviously.
Weiss Johnson, your legal suite heating system experts.
Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
At Wendy's, $4 gets you more than just a burger. It gets you a Dave's Single, made with a quarter pound of fresh, never frozen Canadian beef. All for just $4 at participating Wendy's. Taxes extra. But hurry, this deal ends October 26th.
This is the Kevin Karius Show of Sports 1440, a proud presentation of Sports Select.
In store or online at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 1048 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you on Sports 1440. The show is presented by Sports Select. And lots of news here in the last half hour or so, of course, with Connor McDavid signing a contract extension. And the insiders are all over it trying to figure out how much and for term. Gregor even saying, as we discussed before, don't be shocked to see if the AAV is around what Leon's is at 14 mil. Chris Johnston reporting Connor McDavid extension per sources. Short-term deal will carry an AAV less than $15 million. And there was a little sort of a group chat going on that Connor will speak tomorrow about that. Again, even sub 14, Ryan Rashog saying sub 14M. For 97. It's crazy, isn't it, eh? Next contract, what would you be signing a contract? Would you sign another 2-year, 4-year after the next one? A 3-year term is up technically 2 years, plus if he signs the 2-year, it's 2 plus the one that he's got remaining. Duke of Delburne. pretty fired up about this, aren't you?
That's big news, right?
Yeah.
And like you and Connor kind of alluded to, it takes everybody can take a collective sigh of relief, right, inside the Edmonton market, all the fans, those of us that, cover the team, guys like you and Greg are down at practice and at the games and the scrums all the time, kind of, you don't have to worry about asking the same question over and over again for the next week, months, etc. It's taken care of. So that's good. And before the season starts, the distraction is out of the way. He'll field the questions about this, the initial response, why he did it, why he's excited about it, the regular stuff. And they can get to playing hockey. Back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. Obviously, that's primary goal and focus for him, for the team, is to try and get back there and, finish the job this time. So it's exciting. And I do think that this reported 2-year deal, it's something that you and I have talked a lot about since it kind of became apparent that a shorter term was likely. That he said this year, +2, that's a 3-year window. And all of a sudden it kind of seems like the most logical, right? I know some fans would have preferred to see an extra year.
AAV of 12.5. You're seeing that. Where are you seeing that, fellas?
The official Edmonton Oilers account just said 2-year contract extension of 12.5 million.
Sure
AAV.
on that one?
Very much so. This is the official Edmonton Oilers account.
Oh, there we go. This is from the Oilers. You're correct. Oilers have signed McDavid 2-year contract extension worth an AAV of 12.5 million, the exact same contract that he has right now for AAV.
Gives the Oilers a lot of flexibility for the next 3 years financially, with the cap going up. And all of a sudden you're looking at his number, the best player in the world, remaining flat. Wow, it creates a lot of money all of a sudden to play with.
Well, I mean, just think about it. Next year, that's a $4.5 million player. If you were thinking that he was going to be in north of Kirill Kaprizov, let's just look at that. Let's call it 17. Could call it 18. That gives them a $5.5 million player for next year and the year after. That gives them a lot of flexibility. Man, you cannot get more of a team-friendly contract. I can't imagine how upset the NHLPA is on this.
Yeah.
I mean, the NHLPA will be livid on this because obviously they want every contract to be higher and higher and higher. What this smells of is win, win, win. I want to win. We need to surround players like myself and Leon and whoever else you want to put in that category. We need to surround this team with players that have the ilk, the everything that you need to win, but you can't get when you don't have cap space. That's what this smells of. It's just absolutely amazing. Text 833-401-1440, as you can imagine. What's wrong with Playbook? Come on. Dirk says, celebrate good times. Come on. CJ from St. Albert. Looking for that hockey pool, please. We'll get that to you too. Sorry, I was looking at a different one. Maybe he matches $29 to further send that message. Well, again, it's lower. It is basically the same amount of money that he's making right now, $12.5 million. He's got that contract for this year, and then the next contract kicks in till 27-28. At that point, Leon Draisaitl will be in year 3 of his contract and his deal that runs till 2033. I never thought 12.5, Duke.
No, like even on the short-term money, I was always kind of envisioning somewhere between $15 and $16 million. How could you not be through the roof excited if you're an Oilers fan today? Yeah. I get it. There's a little bit of like, oh man, only 3 more seasons. Like it's only a 2-year extension, but he said it's like he's focused on winning, and that kind of gives him a chance to get a frame of mind of the direction of the franchise. He knows that they have a really good team right now, and likely for the next several seasons. It makes sense. It does make sense. And now with this dollar figure, it opens all sort of avenues and doors for the team to shape the roster around him for at least the next few seasons.
I mean, when you look at it now, if someone is thinking about resigning or whatever, or someone's coming here, that is a situation where you see the number one guy in the world going, I don't need 18 mil. I don't need 17. I'm good with 12 and a half. We'll figure out the next contract when it comes. And at that point, after the 3 years is up, he's going to be 31 years old and still be the best player on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that was a wild last half hour for sure.
Yeah, everything kept kind of flooding in just as you predicted, Kev.
And you know what? In the sense that all the texts coming in, you guys will get to a lot of them. The amount that he left money on the table. He wants to win here. It's that simple. He wants to win here. He wants to win here. Top of the hour, we got Fantasy Frenzy with the former Rochep T-Bird, Connor Halley.
Attaboy,
Okay.
Sam.
Sam, that was your line.
That's your line, Sam.
I sort of stepped over it a bit, but I didn't know where you were with that.
Yeah, you gotta adapt. You gotta recognize the situation.
Right. And I love this. Playbook Vic texted, and poor Low Tide never gets the breaking news. And the Duke of Delburne at 12 o'clock. It is the Lowdown with Alan Mitchell. Jason Greger drives us home with the Jason Greger Show 2 to 6. I guess we will be totally focused on the new Connor McDavid contract. Jake Wallman too. Lots of Oilers news. Good day in Oilers Nation. We're back with you tomorrow morning at 7 bells. And before that, we've got obviously Fox Sports all night long. Thanks everybody for listening this morning. Thanks for texting in. Really appreciate it. Before all that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Loca Quality Market. Your next dinner is ready with Loca. Quality Market's gourmet meals. Choose from over 200 chef-prepared meals. Shop local at loca.ca. Again, thanks for listening. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. We'll see you back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Here is Sam, the record man.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Breaking news in the NHL as superstar Connor McDavid has signed a 2-year contract extension with an AAV of $12.5 million with the Edmonton Oilers. Also, Jake Wallman closing in on a reported contract extension with an estimated 7 years at $7 million AAV. Elsewhere in the NHL, the San Jose Sharks have acquired Ryan Ellis and a 2026 sixth-round pick for Carl Grundstrom and Artem Gurev. Ellis has not appeared in an NHL game since the 2021 season while dealing with a career-threatening back injury. The Boston Bruins are planning to retire Hall of Famer Zdeno Chara's number 33. Chara played 1,023 games during his 14 seasons in Boston, winning a Stanley Cup in 2011. NLDS continuing tonight as the Dodgers and Phillies take the field at 4 with the Dodgers up 1 game, and the Cubs look to tie the series as they take on the Brewers at 7. NFL Week 5 continuing today as the Jacksonville Jaguars host the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up at the top of the hour, it's Fantasy Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. And this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness.
Sports